Like this. Hit it.
The Roger Report live morning show, weekdays at 9 a.m.
Say y'all, I was on Roger's panel a few times and I couldn't take it. The heat. I got out the kitchen. It was hot. I was sweating. I had to get out.
He's Roger, and he's right.
Check this out.
Agreement by which we can live or die. You choose. I have spoken to you a lot of times in hatred and anger, and you have not heard me. Well, you had better hear me today. If you won't listen to me when I make an appeal for the Negroes because you have no concern for the Negroes, listen to me when I make an appeal for America. You claim you love America. Well, we love America. But you are driving us back and you are making a Samson out of us, and we are going to pull down the pillars. And then you think we have no right to ask for something? Is it too much to ask you to grant us human dignity? Should we be put down and shot to death for this request? If so, you can aim your guns. What the hell do you think we care about dying if you're going to deny us the right to live?
Good morning, folks, and welcome to another edition of the Roger Report Live, the best show on social media. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and take a moment out to hit that like button, because this is where you're going to find the best content on social media, and you don't have to worry about it because you're going to have me right here to make sure that happens. And if you've already been coming to the channel for a while, then go ahead, hit that like button, because you already know what time it is, and you know that this is where you're going to get the best content on social media. It's not a mystery to you at this point. You've seen other people do it. You've even seen some people do it well. But what you have not seen is anyone do it quite the way I do it. So make sure you hit that like button, and everyone, yes, everyone, take a moment out to share the content, y'all. There are so many people who need to get great content like this, and it's just a small thing you can do to help the world be a better place. And isn't that what we want at the end of the day? Don't we want the world to be a better place? Of course we do. So share the content out. Share it through your social media. Share it through word of mouth. Or even text someone's phone, but do what you got to do to help spread the word. All right, folks, today we are back with a truly interesting episode. But again, that's the only type of episodes I do. We are going to be looking at how to, quote unquote, kidnap women. Okay. Yes, how to kidnap women. Somebody had to say something about it. Okay. Because, I mean, let's keep it real, y'all. There's a lot of grown women who going to claim that they have been kidnapped personally themselves, or they know somebody who's been kidnapped. You know, they talk like it's a real thing. So we need to discuss how these grown women getting kidnapped, okay? How are these grown women getting kidnapped? You know, we all got to be aware of our surroundings, y'all. We all got to be aware of our surroundings. Now, before we go too far into the show, let me take a quick moment out to say shout out to all the people who give me views on a regular basis and make up the fam around here. I appreciate each and every single one of you, because you come through and you don't have to. But hey, why miss the best show on social media? So shout out to each and every one of y'all. Shout out to the people who leave comments after the stream. You know, if you don't know, that also helps with the algorithm. You know, it's a strong thing to do. So, you know, and then some of y'all have some interesting ideas or whatever. I get some interesting responses to things sometimes. So shout out to each and every one of you. And shout out to the people who hype me up every chance they get. Okay, shout out to the people who hype me up every chance they get, because when it comes down to it, you got to say a little something for me. All I say is, man, hey, make sure you give me at least once a week. Okay, I know you can't do it every day, but if you can, knock yourself out. Okay, but at least save a hype up for me once a week. I mean, save one up for me. Don't forget about me while you floating around in all the other spaces. And shout out to the people who hit that like button. Y'all know how it goes. That like button is tried and true, and it does mean a lot over here. So I appreciate everybody who takes the time out to hit that like button. And that is real talk. That is real talk. You know, I appreciate y'all a great deal. Okay, appreciate y'all a great deal. So, you know, please keep it up. Please keep it up. You know, hook your brother up. And shout out to the people who go above and beyond the call of duty. Okay, above and beyond the call of duty. We got a lot of great people over here at the Roger Report Live who go above and beyond the call of duty, and they become what we like to call the sponsors of the stream. Okay, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all who does that. Okay, and I'm gonna give this one maybe just to be funny a little bit. Not necessarily funny, because you know, but I'm gonna put a woman's name on this one. I'm gonna put a woman's name on this, and so you know what? I'm gonna give it to the darling of the channel. Okay, Toya herself, y'all. Toya is the sponsor of today's stream. Yo, we gonna let a woman shine right now. Okay. With this particular episode, we gonna let a woman shine. So shout out to the darling of the channel. Toya is going to be the sponsor of today's stream, and I appreciate her a great deal. Appreciate her a great deal. And that's real talk. So shout out to Toya, the sponsor of today's stream. And let me say hi to a couple of people that already chimed in, because when you start a show, it's always great to see a few people who already chiming in with you. They got you locked in. I do it for them. They doing it for me. So shout out to Brooklyn's finest, y'all. Y'all know how it goes. There can only be one. So shout out to Brooklyn's finest. He is the Highlander of today's stream. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Y'all, get you some. Get you some. You got to have multiple Highlanders. You got to get yourself some multiple Highlanders. Shout out to Inspired True Broadcast. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I see you got some. You're laughing and joking a little bit already. Shout out to you. My main man, Shark Sims. What's good, my brother? What's good? Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. He say the title. That's what we got to deal with. That's what we got to deal with. Elder Blood is in the building. Great to see you, Elder Blood. Great to see you. Real talk, real talk. Shout out to the Nice Palace. What's up, my brother? What's up? Afro Merchant is in the building. Great to see you, man. Great to see you. We gonna have a great show, y'all. We're gonna have a great show. This is gonna be obvious. Hero for Hire is checked in. Glad to see you as well. Tunnel Runner also checking in the building. Trust Yourself First is also here, y'all. We got the right people gathering up to the cool table this morning. Bucket is in the house. What's good, my brother? What's good? Great to see you. Bronk also is in the building, y'all. We gonna have a great little episode here about how to kidnap a woman. All right. Now, as y'all may know, I did put a link in the description. Okay. About the first 10 minutes of the link is all you really need, but it was an interesting link, y'all. It was a very interesting link. And you know what? It shows, the beauty of Black women and their words, y'all. I have told people time and time again, Black women use words as weapons. Sometimes folks don't really believe me. They don't get it. And I'm going to say this is one of the ways that they use words as weapons. We like women. We want to feel good about them. We want to have them be in a particular place in our minds. but we also got to see them for what they really are. Because there was a brother who, if he didn't take the time out to see who she really is, oh, this brother Goose would have been cooked. Okay? His Goose would have been cooked. And with the type of accusations that was being made against him, does he ever get out? That's the thing. Do you ever get out? Y'all, we can't even take it for granted that you can go to jail. And this is why y'all got to stop intermingling the terms jail and prison, because they suggest some different things. You can go to jail and you can possibly get out. Possibly. It ain't guaranteed. Sometimes they put you in there and then they gonna make you stay in there until you go through your trial. And then if that trial don't come out right, you already locked up. And if that trial does come out right, if you somehow can beat the case, you just wasted a whole lot of time because you was in jail. Okay? Because jail ain't prison. Okay? Jail ain't prison. It's different. It's very different. When you say prison, I already know it's over with. They done did the process, you done lost, and you in there serving time. When it's prison. Jail, yeah, it depends on what's going on. Depends on what's going on. But I tell you, it was a brother in this particular video. Oh, the intent was for him to go to jail. Okay. Not only was the intent for him to go to jail, the intent was for him to do a good amount of time. She wasn't trying to make it where it's going to be a light sentence. Now, I look at that video. I don't know what's going on. Real talk, y'all. I don't know what's going on. You trying to Uber her? Because it didn't seem like that's what you was trying to do. Was you the Uber? Was you the Lyft? Okay. What was you doing, bro? What was you doing? I don't know all the ride share companies out there, but it didn't seem like he was doing a ride share, man. Yeah, if you don't know, ride share companies are all the different companies that, people will pick you up, take you where you want to go. You pay some fee through an app, driver get paid through the app. You don't exchange your money between the people. You just get people where they're trying to go. He did not come off as if he was in a ride share company. Okay. And a lot of times when you're doing this ride share stuff, you put people in the back seat. I've done it myself, y'all. I've done it myself. Okay. Got out there. I was making some good money when I first found out about it. Okay. I went out there. I did some of it. Got a lot of great interviews with people. I honestly was using ride share companies to do a lot of great interviewing with people. Okay. Because people tell you anything when they don't expect to see you no more. I had a lot of great interviews. Everybody didn't want to do it, but a lot of people did. Okay. But I made some money too. So I was cool with it. You know what I'm saying? That money was up. That money was up. I ain't saying people can't get money doing it now. It came a little oversaturated for me. And I said, what I'm making per hour ain't doing what I wanted to do. So let me pivot and move to something else. Okay. But I was making some good money with it in the beginning. Okay. I made some good money with it. Okay. Just got a little oversaturated for me. But the thing is, this was a great example on how to kidnap a woman. And a lot of men, we need to realize when we're talking to women or they're expressing themselves, they express a lot of stuff like this. Now, if you watch the video, if you got 10 minutes in the video, you see all the police cars that had pulled up. You see like an ambulance had pulled up and everything. And the lady was telling her story. And she's telling her story to the police because in her mind, the things she claimed are real. And this is something black men need to accept when it comes to women. We know for sure black women will lie on you and black women will lie to you as a black man. That's what they're going to do. Now, for whatever her reasons are, she decided This guy kidnapped her. That's what she decided. She decided he was a sexual abuser. She made that decision. You know, now you don't have to like her decision. You don't have to agree with her decision. But she made a decision that that black man is a kidnapper and a sexual predator. Now you can say what you want and you can do what you want, but that's what he is at this point forward. In her mind, he is a kidnapper and a sexual predator. And I understand y'all may look at that footage and say, he didn't do none of that. No. Y'all got to understand how their minds work. Once she say this what it is in her mind, this what it is in her mind. And matter of fact, let me say shout out real quick to Elder Blood. Shout out to Elder Blood, y'all. Elder Blood hit me with $10 on the Cash App yesterday. So shout out. We was off air, but he came through on the Cash App side. And y'all got to remember, the Roger Report Live, we take money anytime, okay? Ain't no wrong time to send no money to the Roger Report Live. So if we off air, it's all good. Okay, we on air is great, but if we off air is all good, we gonna get to it later. Ain't no wrong time to send no money to the Roger Report Live. So shout out to Elder Blood who dropped in $10 yesterday, and he says now God King was it God King God King, I guess. He said, P.S. My comments are too extreme. Now let's say this. Let me say this, Elder Bud. You say some extreme stuff sometimes. I see some comments they're a little extreme, but are they too extreme? I think you keep it real from your particular perspective. So I'm not gonna say your comments are too extreme. Okay, I ain't gonna say your comments are too extreme. I think you have a certain perspective. You know, you try to do things from a upright position, a Bible position, you know, how you interpret things. And I ain't gonna say you're too extreme. I'm gonna say you put it out there the way you want to put it out there. And you know what? Different people got different takes, and certain takes help certain people. So no, I'm not gonna say you too extreme. You know, you just seeing it from a certain perspective. Some people will be ready for it, some people will not. But at the end of the day, is it too extreme? I don't know. Well, you know what I'm saying? I can't read every single comment and say, hey, these are just too extreme. No, I'm not going to do all that, folks. I ain't going to do all that. If I don't see nothing that stick out immediately that I'm trying to erase, then I'm going to say people ain't that extreme, okay? There are tough situations that have to be, okay? Okay, tough situation. Okay, I think I see what it is. I think, okay, Elder Blood, like he's changed his name to God, King. Okay, that's what it is. He's changed his name to God, King. No problem, brother. No problem. I respect it. Appreciate you. So that's what it is then. God, King is in the building, y'all. Formerly known as Elder Blood. But, you know, I ain't gonna say your comments are too extreme. You know, you do what you got to do, brother. You do what you got to do, and I'm rocking with it. Okay. Now, and look at this. Trust yourself first. Say, man, Roger living on the edge with this title. And you know what? I understand. Y'all see, this is a title I understand that could come across a certain way. People can feel some kind of way about the title. Yeah, people can feel some kind of way. You know, but we need to talk about it. The best way to solve a problem is admitting that you have one. Okay? Ain't that what it is? The best way to solve a problem is admitting that you have one. Now, I'm going to say shout out to the formerly known as Elder Blood, God King. Now, what I'm going to say about your comments, now he wrote this yesterday, y'all. I just seen it this morning, but he wrote it yesterday. Now, look at my title today. What I'm going to say to him about having extreme comments? Nah, brother, you do what make you comfortable, brother. That's what you do. You do what make you comfortable. We gonna talk about some real stuff, y'all. We gonna talk about some real stuff over here on this channel. That's just the way it's gonna be. Okay, that's just the way it's gonna be. And this is what they want me to do, y'all. They took me out the program. I gotta wait, what I'm saying, a couple months to even apply to get back in. I gotta take advantage. I gotta take advantage. Okay. Now, I ain't said I wouldn't do this no matter what. I'm definitely joking about that. I would do it no matter what the situation is. But we do need to talk about, because women swear they get kidnapped. Okay. Now, we ain't gonna act like ain't nobody ever got kidnapped. Sure, there's people who've gotten kidnapped, especially kids. They'll kidnap the little white girls. They'll do stuff like that. All right. Now, a lot of people though who claim they were kidnapped, they be faking it. And real talk, a lot of black women will claim kidnapping is an issue. Well, I don't really know about black women getting kidnapped. I'm gonna just say it like that, y'all. What do you find out about a lot of black women? A lot of black women have ran off with some guy that they wasn't supposed to be with. Okay, it's technically kidnapping, because they'll pursue it as a kidnapping. Little Toya never I ain't gonna even do that to Toya's name. I'm gonna get little Tanya. Little Tanya, she never came home from school. She never came home from school. And then you look for Tanya. Then what happens? Tanya was off with some guy she wasn't supposed to be off with. And maybe she was off with him a day, 2, 3, or 4. And then they'll come at a guy as if he kidnapped her when it was really just her running off to do what she wanted to do. But if she was a minor and he wasn't, that could get real tricky. Then we got situations where they were never kidnapped in the first place. Black women were just looking for attention. Okay. I can't think, we did a story about that one particular lady who had everybody looking for her for a couple of days. Came from a pretty decent home and everything. She was still pulling. I can't think of her name right now. I remember covering her story. I can't think of her name right now. Talking about she saw the baby on the side of the road. Somebody had some orange hair, but it wasn't Donald Trump. They do some very weird stuff when it comes to kidnapping because black women like attention. It just is what it is. Now, I use what's a pretty famous clip, well, at least for the picture of the Black Widow from the Avengers movie. I think pretty much just about everybody would just kind of recognize this is the Black Widow. All right. And she was just as much kidnapped as black women are. Sometimes pictures can say a lot of stuff, y'all. They say a picture can say 1,000 words. Y'all remember when Black Widow was kidnapped? Okay. Y'all remember when the people had her? But, they had a bigger mission for Black Widow at the time. Okay. So even though black women was kidnapped, she was tied up in the chair. The homie, okay, her friend, her comrade, Hawkeye was missing, right? Well, Hawkeye was compromised, as they said in the film. Hawkeye was compromised. Y'all remember? They called her during this particular situation. Well, they called the people who had on lockdown. They say put the woman on the phone. Okay. Who that call? What's that called about? Man, they calling for her. Hey, what's going on? Hey, bro, I ain't even got time to play with you, bro. We got a jet on you right now. We know you at this address. We gonna blow up the block. I need you to put the woman on the phone. I ain't called to play. She get on the phone, find out what's happening to the homie. She decided it's time to get up out of there. So black women be kidnapped just like Black Widow be kidnapped. Okay. About the same level. Okay. Now, am I gonna say there's never a actual kidnapping of a black woman? No, I'm not gonna say that. Eventually, harm befalls any group of people. So, have black women ever been kidnapped before? On for real? Sure, absolutely. It's happened to them before. We can't act like they ain't never been kidnapped. But a large part of the kidnappings of black women turned out to be just as serious as this Black Widow situation. You can say she was kidnapped. You can say it looked like she was kidnapped. But what was she the whole time? She was in control. Whole time. She in control. Now we got this black sister, this queen, this queen mother goddess, all right? This Nubian princess. She finds herself in a situation where I guess she's mourning. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain what she got going on. To me, she's just being a black woman. She going through this thing where I guess she's mourning for some person, some man. But in her particular case, she just can't be stable about it. Why? Because she's in a car with a black man. Now I'm going to say the content creator, he said, man, that's a spirit in her. I mean, I ain't going to argue. Could be, could not be. I don't really care either way. I do not care. What did I see as the problem? The problem is she saw a black man willing to help her. Because like I said, y'all, it didn't seem like it was a rideshare company involved. To me, it looks like the guy just decided to help some woman who looked like she was in trouble. That's my assumption because the video picked up where she's already in the vehicle. So I'm going to assume that he tried to help her. Now, I said before, y'all got to be careful about helping black women, okay? Y'all got to be careful. Maybe she needs some help. Maybe she don't. If you willing to put her in your car, better make a good decision on what does she need help or not, or is she just another black woman trying to hurt you? Okay? And you got to ask yourself a serious question. If she's a black woman, she's probably, is she trying to hurt me? Y'all, and y'all, I'm trying to throw the link in the description for people to come up. We run into the same process that we ran into yesterday. So I'll type it out in a banner for a minute. And then if somebody could start rocking with it from that point, because I just tried to drop it. I'm getting that same stuff from yesterday. So I know y'all ain't even seeing it. At least I doubt y'all seeing it. If anybody can see the link, let me know. But I doubt y'all can even see it. Okay. Games are being played. I ain't tripping. It is what it is. We gonna keep it rocking though. We gonna keep it rocking. All right. So, excuse me. All right. So, black women. Okay. Oh, shout out to Jerome Payne. He said he see it. I don't know if anybody can use it, but at least he see it. Okay, at least he see it. And I guess y'all to let me know if y'all can actually use it or not. Okay, and I throw it out from time to time if it's a working link. Okay, if it's a working link, I throw it out from time to time. Shout out to Jerome Payne. Now, look, y'all, black men, we want to do right. We want to be right. We want to look good. We want to be on the right side of history. But a good way for you to end up on the wrong side of history is start trying to help some random black woman. I'm going to say that. Trying to help some random black woman. And that's what this particular gentleman did. Now, yeah, the link is working. So I drop it every few minutes or so. The link is working. So shout out to Jerome Payne. Appreciate you, brother. I ain't saying you gotta ignore every single black woman out there. The only thing I am gonna say, if you want to help these sisters, make sure it's worth your while. And real talk, sometimes you just gotta make them do stuff that really wouldn't be necessary, but they gotta take it as a serious thing. So, and I could take you where you're going, but I'm probably got to charge you because I gotta get you to take it as a serious situation. I gotta charge you. I don't really need the money. I might not need it right then, but hey, and we might even be going in the same direction. But if I see some woman who I believe needs my help, I might, maybe I help you, but maybe I got to charge you. And real talk, if she's already crying, I'm gonna keep it real, y'all. Now, I try to be a better Christian, and the guy who even presented this stuff came with this real Christian perspective. I try to be a better Christian. But if she lying like that, can I help her? I don't know if I can. And I'm just keeping it real. I don't know that I'm the right guy to help some crying black woman. She look a little too old for my help. You know what I'm saying? A kid, I can call your people or something. I don't know, man. Can I really help this woman? Because at the end of the day, kidnapping charges are out there. They're out there. And they can hit you at any moment and come out of nowhere. You know? But I'm going to slow down a little bit because the Great Black Reset has entered the building. We're going to see where he wants to go with this. You got it, my friend. You got it. And be careful about all these women around here. Don't kidnap none, okay? Don't kidnap
Hey,
none.
man. I'm ducking and dodging, man. I'm ducking and dodging out here, man. Yeah, I really came up to make sure your link was working. I just want to make sure you finish your monologue and stuff. I didn't want to cut you short. But I did see this video a while back, and if I remember correctly, they were actually going on a date. He picked her up to take her on a date, and she just lost control of her emotions for some strange reason. And he started recording her because he realized that the, the way she was acting had nothing to do with him, and he just didn't want any parts of it. And she got irate because he was like, "Hey, I'm just gonna take you home because something ain't right." And he started recording her. And once she realized she was recorded, she just she was looking for somewhere to take this thing for some reason to get this man in prison. This is insanity, man. This is just utter insanity. This goes back to something we talk about often. Uh, Control. They want control of each and every situation. They want you to do what they want you to do, even if they don't know what it is that they want. They still want you to do what they want you to do. And if you don't capitulate, man, they gonna call the police on you, man. These women are out here trying to destroy you. They're just out here trying to destroy you in each and every way that they can. It's time to separate from these women. But yeah, I believe this was a date that went wrong, man. And I'm glad the dude recorded it. And lastly, I'm gonna land with this: is ever since body cams and people start recording videos, man, you starting to see what black women really like, and they starting to go to jail for the stuff that they doing, man. So, hey, fellas, keep recording these broads. I'll let my plane there.
Okay. Now you've given us a little bit of context, and I'm gonna accept it. What Black Reset says, I'm gonna accept it, y'all. So he obviously wanted to date the woman. He gets there to date the woman. She straight bugging at the end of the day. I would want to be caught with her nowhere either. So salute to that young man. and she did mention her ex. So what the heck is going on that I'm picking you up and you still crying over your ex? Like, come on, man. What we doing here? What we doing here? So I wouldn't have took her nowhere. I'm gonna just keep it real. You crying over your ex. We ain't doing nothing.
Pretty much.
Y'all, I tell y'all, man, it is not your responsibility to be with some broken woman. That's a sign that she's broken. Okay. You mean trying to take her out for a date and she's still crying about her ex. That's a broken woman right there. Leave her where she at. Now, I'm going to say the guy did the right thing to pull the phone out. He like, I just got with you 30 minutes ago. Why is you doing all this? Brilliant on his part to get her to say that he hadn't done anything. Now, I'm going to suggest if y'all get into a situation like this where a woman's just crazy, do something I did, y'all. I said before, man, woman started acting crazy on me. Man, I bent around to the quickest police station and put her out. Now, I'm going to say shout out to my homeboy mama. She was the one that gave me the idea, because this is probably after I've told a story before about how I put a woman out on the expressway. So I'm going to assume, I don't really remember. I'm going to assume that once I told my homie mama about how I put the chick out on the expressway, because I remember she had a conversation with us about You want to make sure that if something go wrong, especially if you get into it with a woman, you want some kind of record that she was safe when you two separated. And she gave us the idea to drop a woman off at a police station. Now, me, I ain't want to go through that trouble because it's like I'm still helping her to a certain degree. So my thing is like, no, when you act the fool, you can get out right there. Okay, I got no problem with that. I got no problems. And her whole thing was, you got to understand what this world is like. You a black man, blah blah blah. Something happened to her. You the last person seen with her. You ain't making the best setup for yourself. So once she explained that, it's like, okay, well, you don't want to help her, but you got to make sure you straight too. So the next time I had a chick that crazy on me, I immediately been to the police station and said, "Come on, we can go inside right now." She didn't want to go in the police station with me though, but she was cool with getting out the car at that point in time. She was calming down at that point in time. Why? Because at the police station, they got cameras out there. You want to act the fool? Come on, let's do it, and let's go talk to the police station about what's going on. Go ahead, make your accusal. You in a vehicle with me, make whatever accusal you want to make, and let's see how the police act when I brought you to the police station to make your complaint. Okay, let's see if that's gonna work. She calmed down instantly, and I just left her. How she got home, I don't know. Okay, I don't know.
Wise words, man. I've in my lifetime, I've known one woman that seriously made one black woman that seriously made the accusation that she was kidnapped. This is when I was in high school. But what I do remember about this accusation, I remember her talking to me about it and all this other kind of stuff in class. And now that I think about it through an adult lens, chick, you ain't missed now day of school. When you got kidnapped?
Well, the kidnappers let her come to school though. So they don't create no suspicion.
I'm just asking questions. My bad. I got beside myself.
You can go to school, just don't let them know what's going on at home.
There you go. Go to the same school. You are officially kidnapped. But we don't want nobody to call nobody. We don't want your parents to call. So if you keep showing up to school, even though your parents don't know you still going to school, ain't nobody communicating with your parents, they not going to call nobody. So it's out there that you kidnapped. That's how we going to play that game. But let me slow down. Let's get Bronk in here, and then we'll get Tunnel Runner in here. He just slid up too. So, Bronk, you got it, brother. What you doing with it?
What up, Roger? What up, chat? What up, panel? Yeah, man, this is a crazy situation, man. And I commend the young man for, doing what was smart in that situation, immediately getting his phone out and recording the altercation, because ultimately that's what saved him. If you don't have video evidence of this stuff when dealing with women like that, it could come back to hurt you. So kudos to that young man for, exercising his brain power and doing what would keep him out of trouble in that situation. But this is a perfect example, man, of just really being careful who you messing with out there, And one of the things that kind of stood out to me is really less than 30 minutes of knowing this girl. I think he gave her a little bit too much trust. To be in your car in less than 30 minutes of knowing somebody, that's, extending a lot of trust there, right? And those first dates is probably wise for young men to really meet them somewhere. You can't get in my car on the first date. You don't got a car? If you don't got a car, that ain't my problem. This is where we're going to meet for our first date. If you can't get there, oh well. You ain't hopping in my car. All right? So I think just guys, you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful. Women today are learning, and they're coaching each other on how to extract resources from men, right? They're using these victim narratives to be able to effectively do this in the legal system, right? So you have to have your guards up against that. Good outcome for this brother, but this could happen to anybody, man. So I'm gonna land my plane there for now.
Okay.
Real quick, I got a quick question for Brock. Brock, if she don't get in your car, how she gonna know how you coming? I mean, that's what somebody said to me. Never mind, never mind. I'm
Okay.
beside myself again. My bad, my bad, bro. My bad, my
Okay.
bad.
Too soon,
Go
bro.
ahead.
Too
I,
soon.
I, I'm gonna say, I'm a little questionable about that content. I'm a little questionable, but hey, hindsight is 2020. So I see what's up. But I don't know if I'm comfortable with not being able to pick a woman up. You know what I'm saying? Because I do want her to get into the cops. You know what I'm saying? That's for sure. I do want her to get
Not on
into
the
the
first
cops.
date, Roger.
Yeah,
Not on the first date.
man. Sometimes, well, you know what? I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be cool. Tell her to go on, get in, brother. I'm gonna be cool. Tell her to get in there real quick.
Yes, yes. I mean, I have said this many times, and I always say this to brothers: protect yourself at all times. And what I mean by that is that, yes, you have to protect yourself because, you know, we come with the attitude that, a lot of times you think that these women are going to be sweet and nice or whatever. You don't know what you're going to get. So you have to protect yourself at all times. And you can use, using the camera. All the things y'all been saying are great. Just you use whatever you can to protect yourself. Make a woman earn your trust. Don't trust her at all. Don't give her see where she's coming at. Give her a blank slate and see where she's coming from. And you go, inch by inch, a centimeter by centimeter. You don't give nobody no time because these women are just they can be very dangerous if they're not haven't been brought up right. So you have to protect yourself at all times. So yeah, I mean, if a woman does get in your car, if you think that the woman is able, you talk to her and she's able to get in your car or whatever, you check her out. If you see that she's having problems, you let her know, hey, maybe this ain't, let me just, you might not want to stay home. This might not be the right time. Like I say, take her to the police station. If she's in your car, she's acting up. If you can get her back home, if you don't have to, that back, chivalry when women were, virgins, whatever, or let me make sure I take you back home or whatever. You ain't getting those women like these princesses. That's why you don't have to give them a princess treatment because there are not many. There's the very small amount of princesses out here. So don't be giving them that benefit of doubt because there really is not too many young virginal girls out there that need to be protected that you're getting from their father. So all these other women out here, you treat them like they are. They are human beings just like you. Treat them that way.
You say
All right.
puede.
Dice puede.
And I would say, man, I don't know nothing about no princess treatment till you show me your father's a king. Uh,
Correct.
oh,
Correct. You absolutely. That's what we're talking about.
now I think he coming in the right direction because I like his name. Lights, camera, action. You got the
Yes,
flow.
sir. Yes, sir.
Happy
Thank you.
Friday,
Yes, sir.
everybody. Shout out to Roger for letting me come up. I want to give a shout out to Batman, Robin, Tunnel Runner, the rest of the roundtable participants, um, everybody out there in the chat. This was a devastating video to watch, and I'm glad that we've been blessed with technology and people do use it the right way. Understand what I'm saying? You have to be wary of women who drink Hennessy. And for those who don't know, when they say they drink tequila, if she drinking Don Julio, that is white Hennessy. Be very wary of them people. You understand what I'm saying? She was a problem from the get go. She had a weave. Leave her alone. She was African American. Leave her alone. Roger, do not let these women in your car on the first date. These women have all the resources that we have. She can meet you at the spot. She can follow you back to the spot. Her following you back to the spot shows she was a willing participant. So you definitely gotta cover yourself. And this is a message from the Coca-Cola pill, the red with the black mixed up together. But you gotta be wary, brothers, because this happens more than we know. And a lot of people didn't escape it like he did.
Hey, that's keeping it real. That's keeping it real. And I'm gonna say, y'all, that camera's our friend. Real talk, y'all. And as I've said before, I think a lot of Yeah, it's gonna take time, but a lot of stuff will start to look a little different because there's gonna be more and more people who gonna put them on camera and they gonna put them on blast. It's gonna upload it to the internet. And I understand it's not about men trying to put women on blast, but they gonna be giving us information on how women tried to take them down. Now let's be real about this. If this woman wasn't trying to take him down, then he wouldn't have on the internet right now. So it wasn't that he's trying to quote unquote put her on blast. No, he did what he had to do to protect himself and to help other young men. He did the smart thing. Hey, y'all, check this out. This how they coming nowadays. This how they coming. So I think, salute to him personally. Salute to him personally. And I'm gonna say if you're a brother and you got footage like this and women have tried this at any particular point, regardless how old that footage is, you probably should put it online yourself. If you can legally put it online, I don't know if there's anything going on that would make it a restriction, but if you can legally put it online, man, do it. Let the world know. It's not about trying to embarrass them. It's about doing what's best for us at the end of the day. And I think we need to see them for who they are. And why is she trying to date if she still ain't over her baby daddy? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, what the heck going on with that? Now, I
Roger,
get
she
why
trying to
women
get a
do this.
free meal. Hey, listen, times are rough out there. She need to get a free meal. She's about to get a meal. Man, listen, them
Well,
She
prime
she
steaks are expensive.
she told so many lies you can't even really piece it all together. At one point, she said she was crying about her dead father. Her daddy
mm-hmm.
might be right down the street. We don't know. You got women out here claiming niggas is in prison and shit. All kind of stuff is going on. Um, but bro, it just these women lie about every goddamn thing, bro. They lie about every damn thing.
It
She,
do
her,
seem
her,
that way.
A
her
free
daddy might
meal
not
and
even
some
be dead.
Hennessy. He can run it up in the restaurant if he let her.
Well, my thing is, you're gonna have people who want to run up a bill in the restaurant. You're also gonna have people who are just not mentally there. Cause this whole thing about saying something about an ex, and then she done said something about a daddy, like and he right, man. Her daddy might be out of town and coming back tomorrow. Ain't no telling what's going on with her dad. Women do a
I
lot
don't
of
think her
weird
daddy
stuff,
dead.
and then when she say daddy, you don't even know if it's her actual biological father or if it's somebody else she called that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Bruh. And the thing is, I want y'all to connect to the part where when they start making this stuff up, it's real to them. If it's not real to her, explain to me why she called the police, had them meet her at a location, and even had the ambulance out there. If that didn't become real to her, now I know it's a lie. You know it's a lie. We got the video footage. We know it's a lie. But why does she operate as if it was the truth? I've said time and time again, black women don't even have a real separation of what the truth is and what the lie is anymore.
Just
And
just
you know
because she
something too,
lying,
Roger? Go ahead. Reset.
just because she lying doesn't mean it won't be a real situation for you.
You know?
And,
And
and
I'm
Ro-
not out here trying to diagnose nobody. But there's a
but
term out there for when people cannot really grasp what's reality versus what is not reality. And when you get a woman who can't truly hold the line on what's real and what's not, I think it started with a D, y'all. I think it started with a D. Okay.
that's what
Now,
I'm about
shout
to
out
say.
to Truth
Women.
Teller. I'm gonna say real quick. It wasn't the D word I was thinking about, but he said, "Cause she the devil."
Oh.
Uh, I was thinking something else. And some of y'all gonna take a risk. You're gonna be like, well, let me give her some D so I can calm her down. I don't know if you want to go there. It could work for the moment, but it might not work for the moment. And if it don't work, you putting a whole lot at risk to give her some D after you find out she crazy. Because now she got DNA evidence against you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a huge thing to do. I'm just saying that because I know a lot of you niggas got egos out there. We got egos. I got an ego too, but I try to keep my ego in check. She the last woman I want to get DNA evidence to. Last one.
And Roger,
And let
a
me just say
lot of
real
women.
quick, there's a
Okay.
word called delusional out there. I ain't gonna diagnose nobody, but I'm just saying there is a word out there. It's a real word. It comes from a real place because real people are affected by it. That's all I'm gonna say. Go ahead, Tunnel Runner.
Hey Roger, you ever heard this word called drama? Some women love drama.
You ain't lying about that. The other D word. They need some drama in their life. That's for sure. You know, I think you're brilliant, brother. uh, truth teller say, not any devil. She's the devil.
Damn.
I think he's saying she rolling with like she's Satan girlfriend. I think that's what he's saying. She in it like that. You know what I'm saying? She in it like that, you know? Bucket
These are the
Bucket
these are
get a
the
couple
these are
D words. He say demonic and dimwit. He threw a couple other D words out there. Go ahead, GBI. Well, since GBI didn't go, Truth Teller said she is his tutor, yo. And she's showing the devil how to get that. How to become more proficient at evil. She's showing Satan how to be more proficient at evil. Okay. Uh,
no, I had lost my signal for a minute. No, fellas, this is an example of the type of lies they tell to get you to go to jail, when they divorce you, when they want you in prison, when they trying to get somebody to kill you. This is what it looks like. He just caught it on camera. That's all. She was gonna tell them same lies to the police to get him locked up. He just caught it on camera. And because he caught it on camera, he didn't go to jail that day. If he had not caught that on camera, that must be locked up right now, man.
all right, he probably still be in there trying to figure out how to get out. We on some keep it real because she wanted him to sound extra dangerous. He said if I don't do what he want, if I don't do what he say, I gotta suck his dick and have sex with him, and you know, yeah, she throwing everything at that brother. You know what I'm saying? In real talk, she throwing everything at that brother. Now, this is the thing, y'all. Keep calm, be cool. Don't let her trip you up from what's going on. This was a method of control. She was telling him basically do X, Y, and Z, or I'm gonna act the fool on you. So she really was trying to take control of what he's gonna do in his life that day. And she did it from this in her mind, a superior position. Because a black woman crying is supposed to be out everything you can come up with. So I'm gonna say I like the fact that he did not do what she said. That's real talk. Look, you ain't gonna get in my car bullying me. Okay, that's what you're not gonna do. You ain't getting in my car bullying me. I go where I want to go. Okay. Now I'm gonna say shout out to him because obviously he hadn't been taught the lesson about run a chick to the police station. But I do want that to be a something that a brother start catching on and we start doing that on a regular basis. So women don't even play with us because you're gonna end up with the police. You know, I wouldn't tell any woman about this, y'all, but I would tell young men, okay, that any guy you connected with, as soon as she act a fool, just look up the closest police station to you. We do have these tools nowadays, so it don't have to be no threat. And you may not know the lay of the land where you happen to be at that particular location. Don't say nothing to it. Just pull your phone out, you know, pull out your map or whatever you use. Police station near me, okay? Boom. One pops up and you drive over it without saying a word to her about what you're doing. Pull up at that police station, you know what I'm saying? Get out and just go inside and tell somebody you got a woman who's acting crazy in your car. and you want her removed. It's that simple at the end of the day. She ain't got the time to make up no lies.
Yeah. I know one brother this happened to, and 2 years later he married the chick. He just finding out this is the wrong thing to do. Just saying. Just saying.
I have said before, and I'm gonna stand on this. Once you get a third party involved, y'all need to let that situation go. Okay?
Oh,
Y'all need to let that situation go. Okay? So if you as a man gotta get a third party involved, meaning the police, you know, you probably want to let that one go. You know, definitely don't marry her. At least don't marry. If you don't marry the woman
Yeah,
that you had
yeah.
to call the police on, something wrong.
hey,
Once a woman starts threatening you with the legal system in any shape, form, or fashion, yeah, it's best to just get out of that situation at that point, man.
it's over with.
Yep, ain't
Well,
no coming
well,
back from that shit.
when it comes to the police, though, I think black men, you need
It's
to
over with.
seriously
See,
have the advantage. Do not get into a situation where she wants to call the police on you. You just go ahead and do what you got to do and put the police on her. Now, I'm not saying that the police gonna do something. I ain't saying that you gonna get a true victory. But at the end of the day, if you driving with her and you can at least get out the car and just not talk to her anymore, that's what you do then. Okay, it is what it is. Shut it down, man. Block her number if that's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Because she gonna call. You block her number if that's what you got to do, and you leave it at that. You know, and you keep it pushing, and you wait for you to find somebody who's whole. You know, a lot of men would tell you it's your responsibility to fix these broken women out here. And I'm gonna say shout out to Soul Provider who says also, what a title. Yeah, it's a heck of a title, but it's a title that's necessary because black women have it in their mind that they've been kidnapped. Okay, and y'all saw the woman in the car. Now we know the clip only happened where he said he known her for 30 minutes, but y'all saw this woman that he supposedly only met 30 minutes ago, and I believe him. I ain't saying I don't. About 30 minutes ago, he met this woman. She's going crazy. He couldn't even get to the date location. Now I don't know if they was going out to get pizza. I don't know if they was going to the bowling alley, the pool hall, wherever they was doing. But obviously he couldn't even get her to the date location before she starts acting a fool. So you got to be ready to deal with this stuff at any given moment. Okay? Yo, this is real life. It's not a drill. You got to be ready at all times. So you can't never be without your camera. I'm gonna tell you that as a black man, don't ever be without your camera. I don't care if y'all actually getting it in. Have your camera right there. Okay?
Yeah, because that could come back on you too. Really, I mean, if she decide at some point in time that she want to, accuse you of stuff you didn't do, there you go.
Yeah. And shout out to Urban Reed. He said it like he said it keeping it real. He says use every technological advantage you have, starting with
man.
watching the Roger Report live. Hey, you know what? That's great advice. I know that's where you was going at the end of that, but that's actually some good advice. You know, watching the Roger
Better
Report
words
live
of
because we keep your mind fresh on how you got to deal with these different things. So when you get out there in the field and something go wrong, you're not panicking. You just responding. It's like you just it's
right.
like how people respond to training. You know, you watch enough of the Roger Report live, you'll be ready when the crazy girl is in your face. Now, a lot of us done dealt with a crazy woman at some particular time, and your life will there'll be something going on based on how you respond to when you're dealing with this crazy woman at this moment. You got to be ready, man. You got to be ready. And I know black men don't break up with nobody, but I'm gonna tell you this right now, y'all. You're gonna have to learn how to walk away sometime. I told you I was dealing with a woman who absolutely was crazy. As soon as I figured out she was crazy, I had to leave her alone. You can't go back. Yeah, I had already hit it. It was good. Okay, she was bad as I don't know what. but she was crazy. And it didn't take that long for me to figure out. I had to let it go. A lot of times brothers get themselves in situations because we see the crazy, but we don't let it go. Why? Because we are told to give women benefit of the doubt.
Yep.
Roger, you know why? You know why he was able to quickly sort out the problem here, and why he was able to walk away clean from the situation. He had never hit that thing raw, bro. He never got that thing.
He did say
He
30
still
minutes, 30 minutes ago.
he still got his whole mind together. I don't know what it is about us. Well, once we hit that thing raw, we don't care about the law. Man, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, bro. Man, listen, I'm consistent on this information. I've been out here doing research, man. Hey, that man had hit that thing. Yeah, he was able to think clearly, say, no, I don't think I want to do this. But I guarantee you, said it would have been 2 weeks later, he done knocked that thing down. Oh, he negotiated with himself. Oh, it ain't that bad. Oh, she just tripping. She just need to, she just need to calm down. I'm gonna get her another drink and she'll be all right. And he going straight to jail. Can't even see it. Boy, hey, listen, we got to do better.
I hate to say that. Well, you know what? I'm gonna say this, y'all. You're gonna have to really do some thinking after you hit. Let's just do that. Let's just because it's got to be something to what you're saying. It's got to be something to it. Once you start having sex with a woman, of course you're gonna get more entangled with her, even from a man perspective. Because y'all know women attach themselves more to us than we attach ourselves to them from a sexual standpoint. But I'm gonna say let's be real with ourselves. Once you got a situation where you getting sex and you know how hard it is to get a new woman to give you sex, some of us gonna stay in the same spot because it's easy and it's more comfortable. You could go get another chick, but it's a lot of effort that you got to put in to get the extra chick. Don't let that effort mess you up. It ain't never that bad, okay? And real talk, it's enough women out here giving it up. You're not gonna really run into no trouble finding a new chick that wants to give it up. They already want to give it up. She wanted to have sex with him. I say that. She never gave any implication that she wasn't gonna give him none. She was just being crazy. And I'm gonna believe that if he actually just cooperated with what she done, she gave him some. He wasn't cooperating though. And she got mad that he wasn't cooperating. And even though she knew he was already recording, in her mind, I gotta get this nigga because he's not cooperating. She
Man.
believes she's supposed to be in charge.
I heard a wise man once say one time, use manipulation to keep your girls in line. I think that's what she was trying to do.
You heard a wise man say
that? I think that's the perfect example of trying to use manipulation to keep somebody in line. That's a perfect example.
Now y'all hear the laughter and the sarcasm now. Make sure you hear the laughter and the sarcasm in that statement, y'all.
Oh man. Oh man.
Well, I'm gonna say salute to this young man because he realized in order to get her to do what he wanted, obviously he would have to try to manipulate her, and he decided, no, I ain't doing all that. I ain't doing all that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even that serious. And I gotta give her some credit. She pulled it early because she definitely pulled it without getting him some first. She definitely pulled it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to her for thinking it's gonna work. And I'm gonna say y'all use this as another opportunity to stop buying into it's silly stuff men will say because they're always trying to keep you at a certain level of thinking and they want things to be easier for the woman. We don't take it that way, but they want stuff to be easier for the woman. So men will say all this stuff about if you do XYZ, she'll act like XYZ. That ain't none of that true, man. She is who she is. She didn't call the police on him because of how he was acting. She called the police on him because of who she is. I want to win. Obviously, she's having some trouble with her ex-boyfriend where she wasn't getting no victory with him. Now she got this new dude, and now she don't feel like she's being victorious because he's not doing what she say. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do him like I would do my ex. Why? Because he's the nigga that's available. And a lot of guys, we don't want to peep that sometimes that's all you is at that moment. You the nigga that's available. I'm not even saying the young man peeped the fact that he was the nigga that's available. But all that stuff that rage she got, that wasn't pointed toward him. More than likely it was her ex, because she mentioned him. But she couldn't do it to him. But what can she do? She can do it to the nigga that's available. Now, this is a date. This is obviously their first date because the man said, I just met you 30 minutes ago. Y'all, even though you can just meet a woman, you the nigga that's available. So when the woman start acting crazy, saying weird stuff, trying to set you up, don't blow that off like, oh, that don't mean nothing. No, that's what she trying to set you up. Because she can't get the one she wants, but she can get you. Why? Because you available. It's that serious at the end of the day. And I know as men, we don't want to believe women are that bad. Now, I don't never really get on the content creators because I know they just people trying to earn money at the end of the day. But I'm going to say even this brother who seemed like he's a good guy, to turn his life around, he trying to do the Lord's work. He letting you know he out here trying to do the Lord's work. He wasn't trying to believe black women like this. You know, he went to that whole thing, but it ain't all of them and all that type. He's not even trying to say it's the vast majority. It's just, hey, when you come across ones like these. So he has, based on my opinion, he's not accepted that this is the majority of black women yet. I mean, the Holy Ghost gonna get him. But he ain't accepted it yet, which is fine. You know. But when it come down to it, y'all got to be ready at all times. This can happen to any one of us at any particular time. That man said he knew it for 30 minutes, y'all. In 30 minutes, she went from a guy who could work out potentially from a dating perspective to a guy who needs to be put in prison. You know, and since we got a little more time, I'm gonna say within an hour swing. Okay, because he said I only know him for 30 minutes, and we don't know exactly how long stuff went. You know, because sometimes when they edit videos, it's hard to tell. But for one 1 hour, he went from somebody. Go ahead, go ahead, GBI.
Did again last night. Charted when it reversed with the stop loss. I avoid the scalp. I mean, I avoid.
Bro, okay, he gone. I was just gonna say you real low, but he
was
gone.
breaking in and out.
Yeah. Look, I'm saying, y'all, as far as we know, within an hour, in her mind, he went from potential date to somebody who needs to be locked away in prison. Probably within about an hour.
Yeah, that would have been a pretty expensive first date too if he ain't pull out his phone and start recording, man. You know, you think you about to take this little shawty out and do your thing or whatnot, and all of a sudden you facing charges, having to hire defense attorneys and stuff because she get in the car and want to act all crazy. That's what I'm saying, man. Like I'm gonna stand on that statement when I say maybe the first date you don't pick him up, you don't let him anywhere near your car. You gotta at least get to know the woman first, especially in this environment. Especially when you see stuff like this happening, it's just dangerous to kind of take that chance at this point. So until you get a feel of how she is, you kind of like maybe handle or rock with her in different situations. It's just not wise at this stage in the West to
Now,
just be giving somebody that kind of trust, man.
I'm gonna say this. I don't like that, but realistically, it's something to consider. you know,
Telling you, yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
I
it
mean
could save
it's
your
just an extra
behind.
measure.
Real talk, real
It right.
talk.
It's an extra measure that you can take to make sure that you know avoid situations like this.
You know, and
Just
maybe
not
that's
working.
gonna tell women that you know, you gonna have to learn how to come right. Look,
You gotta see how you
man.
coming. You gotta see
Yeah,
how you coming first.
I didn't pick you up on no first date. That's not how I get out. Okay, first date, I'll meet you at the restaurant. Maybe depending on how it goes, maybe I'll let you in the car to go home. But on that first date, you get to the restaurant on your own. And you know what? You add that extra expense to the date. I'm gonna say that. At least that's an extra expense added to her. So now the thing is, do she really want to go on the date because she got to pay to get there? That's a good, you know, that opens up something there. If she is willing to pay to get to the restaurant or wherever y'all go meet at, you know. Now I do think if men start doing that across the board, a lot more men gonna get stood up. But I don't think that's a bad thing. But you also you're also learning to put a woman in a position where she has to make an effort too. And I know that's where black men mess up a lot. We don't make a woman make an effort in any kind of real way. And it's easy to be with somebody when I don't have to do nothing. And we forget about that. You know, it's easy to be with somebody when you don't have to do nothing. So shout out to Urban Reed. He say, laugh out loud, make your first date at the police station and just skip the extra steps. uh well, maybe that's a place y'all can meet up at. You know, maybe that, you know, if she hit you with I ain't got no money. But I would say this, y'all. Don't pay for no Uber for her to get wherever she is, from wherever she is to the restaurant. Because at the end of the day, see now that's being invasive. Because now if I pay for the Uber, that means if I do it on my account, I got to see where you at, okay, and then put where we going. Now, if you say it's on your account, then you telling me to blindly give you some money and expect you to pay with my money to Uber from where you are to where we supposed to meet up, and you may never show up. So no, you just giving her free cash at that particular point. So guess what? You can't do now. She got to pay for it herself if she believes it's worthy for if you're worthy of that date, because you know it's her perspective. She got to pay to get there. Now I'm not mad at making a woman pay to get there. I ain't mad at that at all. It's gonna cost her something, you know.
Hey man, them police station meetups, yeah, you know, we might be there real soon, man. We might be there real soon in the day game. We gotta meet up at the police station.
Now I wouldn't trip about that. I wouldn't trip about that at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we gonna go out. We going out Friday. I'm gonna need you to meet me on the police station at such and such. You know. Heck, I need you to meet me at headquarters. I think that's what's that on like 25th in Michigan in Chicago? I'm gonna
We gonna
need you
have
to
to
meet me at 25th Michigan Police Station.
we gonna have to get police escorts to dates now.
Yeah, I think that's
Is that what we
headquarters.
got to
You know,
do?
real talk. You know,
Get a police escort to a date?
I don't know if we can finagle all that, but just the fact that you having her meet you at the police station say something. You know.
Man.
Oh, and you know, women like police. Trust me, y'all. I've worked in buildings where there's a lot of law enforcement folks. You know, women love police. They like law enforcement guys. Real talk, y'all. So, you know, it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. Now, you one time or two, you might get your little chick snatched up by a police officer because they do like police. I'm gonna tell you that now. But you know, you might set a good tone and how to make stuff happen. Okay, real talk. Shout out to Bucket, y'all. Bucket said, I appreciate the info, Roger. I have a date tonight. Well, you know, it is Friday,
hey,
so
hey, he gonna have a video up tomorrow, man.
hey, Well, I ain't gonna wish him bad on the date. I ain't gonna wish him bad, but I'm just gonna say, y'all, if it don't go right, man,
He gonna have
you
a
got a
video of
phone
tomorrow
with a
like, ain't this
gang of
about it?
information in it. Where is the nearest police station? That's all you got to do. You can do it real quick. You can do it at a red light, man. Where's the nearest police station? You ain't got to say nothing to her. And then you just pull up at that police station, go inside, you know. Yeah, y'all, I got a lady in my car. She started acting a little crazy. I want her removed from the vehicle. You know, she ain't even got time to make the lie up. She don't even know
Yeah.
what's going on.
You know, and it's wise also, gentlemen, like at this point, to just be screenshotting communications between whatever woman you dealing with at the time, and create a folder, you know, with that particular girl's name on it, to just, you know, have some evidence if something like that pop up. You know, because it's very easy. It's very easy for a woman to go out and get an order of protection against you. All right. Those things typically go into effect immediately, and then you have to show up to the hearing to plead your case to get it dropped in a lot of cases. And they can even get one on you for the claim of emotional abuse now. You don't even have to physically touch a woman. They can get a order of protection against you from the claim of mental abuse. So y'all gotta be you know, collecting as much evidence as you possibly can to give yourself a chance in these situations, man.
Well, you got to make adjustments. That's why I don't like letting women know where I live anymore. You know, I'm adjusting. And shout out to Urban Reed. He said, "Is paying for an Uber considered RICO if it's within state lines? It depends on how bad they want you." That's what I'm gonna say. It depends on how bad they want you, cause you don't even got to pay for the Uber yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you can still end up behind bars. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Diddy. You know?
Shout out to
Yeah.
Diddy.
Yeah. Word on the street is
Good.
he never
Oh, bro,
paid
shout out to
for the transportation, but he in there for transportation.
I'm telling you,
So
man.
I don't know what to tell you on that one, bro. I don't know what to tell you on
Man.
that one. So hey, that's another reason why you should not give her any money to pay for an Uber to get there. That's another reason right there. Real talk. If y'all gonna play that game, play it to win. Okay. No, I can't give you no money to get to the date. If you wanna date me, you'll be there at 7 o'clock. It's that simple at the end of the day, y'all. If you want to date me, you'll be there at 7 o'clock. Now I'm gonna be there at 7 o'clock. I don't know where you gonna be, but I know if you want to date me, you'll be there. You know. Now I am gonna say again, this is gonna increase the number of what you call it when she'll show up. Uh,
Flaking.
I don't know if it's gonna increase
Nope.
the number of flaking, but I mean,
Well,
when
that's what we used to
it's gonna
call it
increase
back in
the
the
number
day.
of stood up. It's gonna increase the
Yeah, there
numbers
you
of
go.
men getting stood up. We will get stood up more if we make a woman meet us at the location. We will get stood up more. That's going to happen as men. But at the end of the day, would you prefer to get a woman who's trying to send you to jail, okay, and trying to set you up for a good long prison sentence, or would you prefer a woman just stand you up? You know, and I don't know what this is gonna do with them because they love to say niggas is broke, but can you even make it to the date? Now you can meet me there by car, or you can get a ride share company, but at the end of the day, you got to make it there too. I don't see that as an actual problem. You know, I don't like the idea of not being able to go get her, but you know, I like my woman in the car. But it ain't about what we want sometimes. It's about what's the best move to make. What's the best thing to teach the youngsters? And what's the best way for us to operate so the youngsters can see us doing it. At the end of the day, yeah, you gonna have to just meet me there. It's the first date. That's maybe just have to be the first date rule. You got to meet me at the date location. Now I got to work this out too, because how do I make her meet me at a date location? Because I told y'all before, I don't tell women where we're going. Because if you can't agree to go on a date without knowing where we're going, that's already a bad situation as it is. So now how can I make that work together? I don't know. Well, maybe we just got to start meeting them at police stations then, because I'm not telling no chick where I'm taking her. I'm gonna just tell y'all that right now. I'm not telling no chick
Them
where
two
I'm
things
taking her.
don't work.
Yeah, they don't work together. So you have
Yeah,
to figure something
definitely
out.
can't let them. Definitely can't let them know where you live
I
either.
think
For real, like that's got
I,
to be.
I think I think the brother handled it properly. I think he flipped his phone out and started recording while she was acting crazy. He actually interviewed her while she was acting crazy. He asked her all the right questions, got the proper responses, and then he was like, yo, I'm good. I think he handled it properly. Hey, I ain't do nothing to you, did I? No, you ain't do that to me. He asked him the right questions, made sure he got it on film. Then when she looked up and seen the camera, oh, okay. Then she tried to come up with something else, but it was too late.
Yeah. Well, maybe you can pick them up, but you just gotta start putting cameras in the car. You know, you got those people doing those dash cam videos and whatnot, because the people who do like ride share companies and things like that, where they recording the customers and all that type of stuff. And then you got people who just doing it for safety purposes. And I hate to tell folks to put themselves under surveillance, because it can go a multitude of different ways. You know what I'm saying? But maybe the first date rule is that you turn it on for the first date, or any date you want to, really. Uh, yeah, just tell you got cameras in the car. It is what it
I ain't,
is.
I ain't telling them nothing. If I got cameras in the car, it's my car. I ain't telling them nothing.
Yeah.
Why? You know what? Is it? Do you have to? I don't know if you legally would have to.
For what?
Nah, you can.
I'm recording myself traveling in my own vehicle. This is what I like to do.
You tell them
Well,
to
you know
clown
what?
around
If
at
you
your
got
own
the
risk.
footage, I guess that makes a difference. Whoever has the footage and can manipulate it to law enforcement is going to really matter. So maybe, I mean, you may not really have to. I would just try to look up what's going on in your state about what's legal and what's not, because anything that's public, we already know you can record. Is being inside a vehicle considered being in the public? You know, so maybe need to figure something out on that one. Now, shout out to Truth Teller. Truth Teller say, on the date, you could tell her that you have to stop at the job right quick, roll, roll to the police station, and go in for 10 minutes, come back out, and ask her where she would like to eat at. McDonald's? ah, that's hilarious. That's hilarious, y'all. Truth Teller trying to figure some stuff out, okay? Yeah.
I,
But then again too, now my thing is, if you pick a place to eat and she won't meet you there, that's enough information. Because if you like going to a particular place, like me, I like going to Red Lobster, y'all. I like going to Red Lobster, y'all. I didn't say it. I like crab legs, so I like going to Red Lobster. Now, if my memory's correct, Red Lobster's on that list now. The women made the list about where they not gonna go on the first date. I think they put Red Lobster on that list. Y'all think that's gonna mean something to me? Nope. Hey man, it's the Red Lobster, such and such, such and such. You can meet me there. If she don't want to meet me at Red Lobster, she don't like me. Now me, I could tell a woman something like that, because if I go there, I'm gonna eat regardless. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna make me feel bad when I get my crab legs. I ain't gonna feel bad about that. Okay, I do that already on my own. Here and there. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just get that mood. If I can catch them before they close, I'm in there. You know? So for me, y'all, wherever you date a woman, you gotta date where you want to go yourself. Screw what she talking about. The only thing that I can guarantee you on the first date with me is that I'm gonna have a good time. I can't guarantee nothing for her. I know I'm gonna have a good time. That's it. Everything else is a mystery. You know. It is what it is. And shout out to Elder Blood. I see he dropped $10 today, y'all. He dropped another $10 today. He said white men prove black women secretly love BDSM with them.
BDSM.
Elder Blood out here keeping it real. Elder Blood out here telling what they say, tell the truth, shame the devil. He keeping it all the way funky out here, okay? Hey, that's a very real thing. So, like me, I don't listen to women who like to give me limitations on what we can and can't do, because I don't believe we can't do this and can't do that. Because again, the what they are willing to do when white men come in the room, you know, it'd be amazing sometimes what they're willing to do. So I don't buy into black women ain't willing to do X, Y, and Z. I'm just gonna say we do need to go in a way about being safe about what we're doing. Okay. And we need to put more and more advantages in our hands. And recording these chicks, I mean, it's cool. Because at the end of the day, they do a lot. You know, they do a lot. We can't act
Do
like
we
that's not
know?
happening.
Do
Yeah.
we know if this girl faced any like charges for lying on this man?
I mean, the truth is he probably did.
Right. Yeah. See, and that's a problem. That's a problem in and of itself because it shows, other black women are like, oh yeah, we can at least try to get that man put in jail. Because ain't nothing gonna happen to us if we don't do it successfully and we get caught lying about some stuff. There's going to be no recourse. So it emboldens them to be able to go out there and do that to black men.
Well, that's been the name of the game for a long time, which is something I think that we're going to seriously have to start making an issue with politicians about. Because the government, as a collective, whatever government body you're talking about, it don't want to arrest these broads.
Right. They're doing everything in their power to not arrest them. So yeah, that's crazy work, man. Even with video evidence of her lying and accusing this man of kidnapping and potentially sexual assault. Those are some serious charges, man. Those
Man,
are some serious allegations.
I
You know?
called the police on a woman not too long ago. They never came. Just keeping it real, y'all. They never came. You know, it wasn't no wait for a long time. They never showed up here.
That's cold. That's cold.
Bro, if it was you, if she called the police on you, they would have been on the way before the phone call went through.
Yes, some stuff is beyond a gentle spectrum or gentle perspective. Because, like I say, bro, I call and they like it's a woman. I'm like, yeah, it's a
Man,
woman. You know,
man,
bro. I'm not joking. They never showed up.
as soon as she picked up the phone, they would have spawned in your living room like a Call of Duty lobby, man.
Absolutely. But you try to get some justice. It's a whole thing. You know. Yeah. And then people say, well, they say stuff like, well, how come you ain't never got her arrested? How you gonna get somebody arrested and you won't even come to the scene? You know. But you take her, it's kidnapping. You take her to the police station, it's kidnapping. You know.
Hey, I ain't trying to get us too off topic here, man.
Well, I'm just throwing out there. The game ain't fair, y'all. But we got to do what we can do when we can do it. Okay, the game is not gonna be fair, but we got to do what we can do when we can do it. And I'm gonna say, hey, we're gonna have to get our politicians involved at some point.
I ain't trying to change the subject or nothing, man, but I know everybody been anticipating this. But your boy LeBron went to the Sixers, man.
First of all,
wow.
Ain't nobody at the Roger Report Live anticipating on what LeBron gonna do. That's number one. Let's just get that out the way, okay? Number two, you right. We ain't gonna change the subject to talk about no LeBron. You absolutely right. And guess what? I don't think nothing really changed because LeBron went to the Sixers. Ain't nothing really changed, you know.
The Lakers got better. The Lakers got better.
Hey man, some people gotta learn the hard way when it's time to hang it up. Some people gotta learn the hard way. You know, if you have a great career, you got some championships in, you can walk away with some dignity, man. You know, or at least put out the statement, I'm gonna play till the wheels fall off because this is just who I am as a person, and then I can at least respect you. You know what I'm saying? You know, next thing I know, you in the D League yourself, but I get it while you in the D League. You know. So yeah, we ain't need that news. Okay, we ain't need that news. Well, I mean,
God's a hater, man.
no, I'm just saying, if you really thought, if you thinking LeBron finna win you a championship, you about as smart as this young lady in the car. You know what I'm saying? You know? It's cool, though. No
Man.
disrespect to him. You know? He been a good role model. We can give him that. But y'all, I'm gonna say, look, this video, fantastic video. I'm glad he shot the video the way he shot it. Notice how, even though he might have been a little scared because we know we are socialized to be afraid of black women. And she was on some, don't put me on camera. He'll put the phone down, but wouldn't put it away. Okay? Yeah, he could be a little scared, but at least he kept it rolling. And I'm going to tell you this, y'all. Once you pull that phone out, you keep it out until she's away from you. So unless you're going to drop it at the police station, which again, y'all, this should be something that we keep to ourselves. We should never be really pushing this publicly for black men to just, you tell black men, but you also tell them keep it on the low. You don't say nothing. It's just that when she act crazy, you just pull out your thing. You act like you're doing something important, or you pull over. Oh, I forgot I got to do something for work. Just blame it on work. She could be like, you ain't even got no job. Everybody got some work to do, though. Everybody got work to do. You dial in real quick. Police station near me. That's what you do. Because the police station don't close. You ain't got to worry about if it's open or not. It's there. And you ready to go. And she don't need to know what's going on. And like I said, when you pull up, just wait for me 1 second. I'll be right back. I got to go holler at my cousin real quick. Whatever you want to say. And you get in there. Yeah, I got this lady who acting a fool in my car. Need y'all to put out. And there'll be people who say, y'all, you bogus. How she gonna get home? X, Y. This a woman, y'all. What woman can get some guy to come get her?
Facts.
Okay. And if she don't got no guy to come get her, so what? That ain't your woman. You ain't married to her. So what if she can't get somebody? Man, sometimes y'all got to... See, I'm not trying to say this like I'm cold-blooded, but I do promote being a ruthless, nice guy. You got to come off as a very nice man because that's how society is and that's how you get advantage. But at the same time, you should never put away the ruthlessness. I don't care how she getting home. That's just what it is. If we being real, I just don't care how she getting home. It's not my problem anymore. Once I decide you're not my problem, if you attached to me, my job is to get you unattached. And then I just let it go. I don't worry about what happens after that point. And a lot of us as brothers, we need to get there. And if you're like me, because I don't memorize numbers anymore because of these phones. I don't memorize numbers anymore. So guess what? Once well, for me personally, I don't even have to block people. I just delete your name from my phone. Once a random numbers, I don't worry about random numbers, y'all. I just don't. If I didn't put you in my phone, you're just not important to me. It's that simple at the end of the day. My phone number don't change all the time. So if you need to get a hold of me, you should better get a hold of me. If you should know the drill about getting a hold of me. So all I'm gonna do is just delete your number. Now I understand some number might come up 1,000 times. I don't answer those numbers though. Now, if you're a person who don't have the self-discipline to not answer that woman, then you block her. That's it. Don't worry about how her story comes to an end. She'll be all right. This is America, man. She will be all right. We as black men, we care far too much about her outcome. And we don't have a reason to do so.
Yeah,
Now, what it
and
look like for
apparently
these
she
guys to
definitely
be
don't give
worried
a.
about if she make it home okay?
Apparently, she definitely don't give a damn about your outcome.
And they do have the right to be horrible people. And a lot of us, we forget that. This is America. You have the right to be a horrible person. As long as you ain't damaged nobody's property, as long as you ain't hit nobody, you can do all kinds of foul stuff. And the thing is, when a woman does foul stuff, the government doesn't really care. And that's what we got to really think about. The government doesn't really care when we do foul stuff. Well, excuse me, when women do foul stuff, the government really does not care. Now, I'm not saying that's cool. I ain't saying it's right. I'm just saying that's what it is. Okay? And I'm going to suggest to you, y'all, there's a reason, especially for black women, that the government don't trip. Because that's their way to get us locked up. We don't think it like that. But if we take this woman off the street, how's she going to mess up the next dude? See, that's how they think about it. It sounds like crazy talk, but that's what it is. How she gonna mess up the next dude if we lock her up? We need her free so she can keep taking niggas out. Now shout out to No Placeholder. I just saw your request for the link. I'm gonna try to drop it in right now. Okay. I just dropped it, brother. Hopefully you see it. But see, these are the thought processes that we gotta have so we can get better results.
You know what? You made an excellent point with that one. If we take her off the streets, how can we get more of them Negroes? And that's precisely probably why they don't, seek to prosecute women who are doing this kind of stuff, because they are actually agents for them. How we gonna get them without her? Wow.
Yeah. And real talk, ain't nobody.
You muted, Roger.
Okay, my bad. I done muted by mistake. My bad. Yeah. See, when we look at what truly the game is, because I'm gonna keep saying this. All this white supremacist stuff is really directed at black men. Black women are not seen as a threat, and black women are a great tool to get black men off the street. Because if you go to a prison, it's interesting that we'll talk about how a lot of the guys in prison are like the son of a single mother. But if you also look at it, if you ask a guy why he was committing the crime, a lot of times it was for a woman. Yep. Not only did your single mother not care, when it come down to it, well, what you do? Why I killed this dude? Well, why you kill somebody? Well, he was having sex with my woman. I found out. That's real stuff.
Yeah.
That's a real statistic. Most men in prison because of something related to a woman. That is a real statistic.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
And sometimes we want to separate our stuff. I mean, real talk. Even the drug dealers. Why niggas sell drugs? Think about that.
Yep.
So they can impress
get the
a bra.
things that they know. Right. Yep.
Because men don't need much.
Well, we got to be honest with ourselves as men about that we're doing things to impress women, and it'll give us an opportunity to examine like is that the proper way for us to be behaving? Is that the proper way to be doing anything? Do I need to be trying to impress a woman for any real reason? And if you reason it out, you're gonna find out that you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. And if you get with productive black men and you reason that out with black men, you'll find out that you don't need to do that.
It ain't even
You ain't
worth the
got
trouble.
right. You ain't got to have no game. You ain't got to have no money and all this other stuff they lying about. You ain't got to have none of that stuff, man.
They literally don't have any standards. Literally, they don't have any standards. And and a lot of guys, we get fixated on what some woman claim her standard is. Okay, and you go out to any neighborhood that's poor, where Pookie gonna be there chilling, not doing nothing because he just refused to work. He got plenty of girls.
Exactly.
And what we do
Man,
as men, we
man.
start trying to rationalize her stupidity, saying, well, it must be because he got a big dick. How you
There you
know?
go.
She don't even know if he got a big dick till he pull it out.
Hey man, I was saying yesterday there was a guy who out of his own mouth said that every woman I've been with has felt like a version of me. That man fathered a child that he didn't know was not his until she was 8 years old. So you ain't locking the woman down off that either, man. You're
Well,
not locking the woman
Uh,
down off of that, man.
I know it's hard for people to accept, but women do what they want to do. It is what it is. It's
Exactly.
married women
Exactly.
who run into issues because they want a baby, their husband don't, and you would think they won't listen to their husband, but no, they're not. They're gonna go have a baby. They're just gonna have a baby with somebody that ain't their husband, and just hope their husband don't figure it out.
Man.
That's the name of the game. So I say a lot of stuff for a lot of different reasons, which is why I say have all your newborn babies. I'm not telling black men to disrupt stuff that's been going on 20 years, but have all your newborns have a DNA test. Now women may come at you about, well, I take that as you don't trust me. I don't care how you take it. Okay. You take it anywhere you want to. All
No,
my
if you
babies
can't do
getting
that,
DNA tested.
see that's that right there, man. That's BS. If you can't do that, why should I trust you?
The thing is, you can feel any way you want to feel about it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm the type of person, y'all, I do not worry about what I can't control. And you know what I can't control is how she feel about it. That's why it's not important to me.
right.
And some people gonna say, Roger, that's wrong. But if that's your girl, it should be important to you. Nah, not really. I'm the leader. I
Yeah.
decide what's important.
Yeah. I hope that soon they make.
Roger, you a nigga. You ain't supposed to be trying to assume no leadership. What's wrong with you, man?
Phone call
I
came in.
feel
My
you.
bad.
I feel you. You know, yeah. Hey, somebody throw that link there. No placeholder was looking for the link. I dropped it in there. Maybe it didn't pop up. I did drop it in there. Somebody please drop it for him, please. But yeah, my thing is, as a leader, I can't worry about every single detail about stuff. Some stuff
Let me
is going to
look
be
at.
important. Some stuff is not going to be important. So when it
It
comes
went in.
to, oh,
It
go
went
ahead.
in there. He just got to look it up. No, I'm looking in the chat on my other phone. When you put it in there, it went in there. So he just got to look it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I'm just saying, as a leader, I got to think about the stuff that's important. And what's important to me is where that baby came from. Now I understand a woman's feelings are important to herself, but what's the most important thing is where the baby came from. Because guess what, y'all? What if they switch your baby out? Okay, the hospitals mess up too. What if they giving you somebody else's baby? How you gonna know?
Oh, look. I don't care what the case is. But if it ain't mine, I ain't taking care of it.
Well, I'm just saying, even for a woman, you need your baby tested because what if they just made a mistake and switched the baby? I'm not saying this is something that will happen often because people are professionals. But at the end of the day, one thing I do know is people is humans, and humans gonna mess up at some point. It just is what it is. You can do the same thing for 40 years. You gonna make a mistake at some point. Yeah. The daddy found out that's not his baby might lead to it ain't the mama baby either. Check the stuff. Check the stuff. That's what I tell a woman to do when she starts trying to tell me ridiculous stuff about it's got to be your baby. I'm like, well, maybe you should get tested. Maybe they accidentally switched that baby at birth. I'm gonna let you worry about it. Hey, brother, I'm trying to be helpful. I ain't even blaming you. Get that baby tested yourself.
You crazy, Roger.
Somebody gonna mess it up at some point, man.
What you say? I believe you, baby. I think the hospital made a mistake.
They may have got it right 2,800,686 times. But on that 87th time, they just made a mistake. That's all.
Yeah.
And I love you. Okay, I love you, baby. I gave you my baby. I love you. Go make sure the baby yours. Real talk. Now, if it come out that is neither one of our babies, we got something to work with. Hey, I'm trying to be helpful, man.
Even if it ain't neither one of our babies, I still don't want to take care of it.
Well, I'm saying if it ain't neither one of our babies, we at least know the hospital made a mistake, and we can pursue the right baby before too much time goes past.
I think you're in it with them.
But I want her to be sure. I want her to have the same amount of surety I got. Make sure that's your baby.
Well, with Tennessee making progress in those paternity laws, hopefully we see a lot of that start to happen in a lot of other states. Because Tennessee now, if you are receiving child support, there's a mandatory DNA test that comes along with that now. So hopefully we see a lot more of that across the nation.
Man, Tennessee got it right. Got it right.
Yep. Yeah, I might move to Tennessee, man.
Same place I've been in. I'm not giving you a damn if you can't prove it's my baby.
Even just from a asset perspective with marriage, China now is making some big changes in their family law. So assets essentially gathered before a relationship now are going to be split based off of contribution. So there's progress, man. Hopefully these things start to gain some traction and it changes behavior down the line.
Well, I'm gonna say progress happens because men stand up and do what they need to do,
right,
like this young man did with his camera.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you make progress. You got to throw it in politicians' faces that stuff you're talking about don't work.
Exactly. Yeah. A lot of guys are willing to make that stand either, man. So yeah, we definitely got to have some guys that's willing to kind of put themselves out there.
Roger, I think that's a point that needs to be driven home about how policies actually get changed, because we as black men, we sit around begging other people to do stuff for us, and what we don't seem to understand is the policies change because of the will of the people. Meaning your behavior, what you've been doing, what's regularly being practiced, and that's what lawmakers make policy off of. They don't make policies off of your complaints. They make policies off of what you do. And I think more black men need to understand that.
I'm gonna say shout out to Black Rule Strike. He says probably good advice to drive a woman to the police station. I would, however, talk with the cop about how to do that while avoiding is getting flipped back onto you in some way. He also says, let's not forget you are a black man approaching the police. things can easily go wrong in that kind of situation. You know what?
Not if,
I think Black
not
Rule
if you
has a
get out
great
the car
point.
first. Not if you get out the car first. If you get out the car first and go to the police station first, you're gonna be just fine. If she go in there first, you might need to pull off.
That's like whoever call, that's like whoever call them first rule. The same rule applies.
Well, it may be smart for you as an individual to discuss that with the police from just an individual setting, like you just some random cop somewhere, you motion to the cop, get his attention. You know what I'm saying? See what he think about it. And I'm gonna say you definitely get in there first, but remember, the only way this really works, she can't really know what you're doing. So you got to pull over someplace and ask, where's the nearest police station? You can't do it on the you can't say it, you can't hit the button and talk it. Hey, hey Siri, where's the nearest police station? You can't do it. You gotta be on the slide with it. Okay.
No, I think you just bookmark the police stations in your area right before the date, just in case.
Well, I'm gonna say when it happened to me, when a chick started acting crazy on me, she didn't realize she was we was near a location. Well, I used to hang out at this particular house on a regular basis, so I knew exactly where the police station was. You know what I'm saying? It's like 2.5 blocks away. Cool. You chose the wrong place to act the fool on me. I had to look up nothing. I just cleared over there. Now, Black Root says, so you're going to leave her in your car?
Yes.
I'm going to say you can, as long as you take the keys, I guess you okay.
Yes, you cut the car off, you walk inside, she in there acting the fool, you tell the police, hey, I got an unwanted passenger in my car. That's all you got to
You,
say. I
you
got
just
an
gotta make
unwanted
sure
passenger in my car.
you just gotta make sure you can run faster than her, man. Because once you pull up to that police station, it's gonna be a race to who can get in there first and tell their story.
Nah, the thing is, she ain't gonna even know what's going on. We need to stop setting Black women up with information they don't need to have. What I say, pull over, figure out where the police station is. She don't even know what you're doing. I gotta do something for work. You know what I'm saying? Now you got it. Boom, you swing over there real quick. She'll be paying attention to whatever she's arguing about or acting the fool about in the first place. So she ain't even looking. Now you get there. You know what? I gotta go holler at my cousin real quick. I'm finna pick something up from my cousin. He inside. And guess what? Who your cousin is? A possible arresting officer. Do not give people advantages that they don't need to have. And that's because what's the goal? The goal is for you to be okay. And I'm saying this because I understand Black men, we believe our goal is to make sure the woman is okay. No, that's not the goal. The goal is to make sure you're okay. What happens with her happens with her. You're not supposed to know what came of this situation because you're not supposed to ever really talk to this chick again. That's how that's supposed to work. Now, I know people gonna break rules here and there, but that's the purpose of this. When you bring the third party in, we're not supposed to talk to each other anymore. So the goal is to get her. Now you're the person bringing the third party in, but they in now. So your relationship can't really flourish, and you should be doing this with somebody early in the game. Because if women who gonna act the fool, they gonna do it early. 9 times out of 10. I doubt you're gonna be with a woman for 10 years and then she act the fool for the very first time. That's not really gonna happen.
This particular silly woman had the audacity to say, I ain't getting out the car until the police get here. I thought you were kidnapped, lady. What's going on?
Oh my goodness. But you know what, man? They do this stuff. They do this stuff because it's so accepted in this society, man. If it weren't accepted and they knew they couldn't possibly get away with this stuff, they probably wouldn't be doing it. Because they done seen enough of them, face some serious charges for doing this kind of stuff.
Women will try anything they believe will work.
No
That's
consequences.
They'll try anything they believe they'll work. And she was saying, we're gonna be at my house. Somebody's trying to kidnap you and you at your house? That sounds crazy to
Man,
me. I'm the person taking the call.
man, I'm telling
Can you imagine giving a report to your boss
it,
about this call? Well, she said she was getting kidnapped. Well, where was she? She was at home. And she said she wasn't going nowhere. She wasn't going nowhere. That's how we caught the kidnapper, because she was at home. She was in his car, and she refused to get out of his car because it was parked at her home. That's how we caught the kidnapper. But I do think it's valuable for men to see videos like this and to actually think about this stuff for a second. Don't just watch it and go away. We got to see how this young lady really went that crazy that quickly. And what did he do to her? Nothing. He examined the fact that hold on, before I go there, I got something else from Black Root before I go there. He said, again, not saying it's a bad idea, but think when advising Black men about dealing with the law. We should practice including getting counsel from attorneys, cops, and other professionals in the field. Now, I you know what? Black Guru is making a point, because, every time you come in contact with the police, you could die as a Black man, and you got to take it that way. I've said before, the only police officer I know that I trust is the ones I'm either related to or friends with, and I don't know how they do people when I'm not around.
right?
You
Yeah.
know?
See, I was just about to say something about that. It's like those are people that you would want to hope that you can trust, right? But I'll tell you firsthand, man. Like, just even with when I filed for divorce and dealing with my divorce attorney, man, it felt like I was more representing myself more than anything. A lot of those attorneys are just agents of the court. Okay, and law enforcement is just that. They are there to enforce the written law. So whatever the law is at the time, they there to enforce it. They're really not there to help you oftentimes. And your attorney essentially is within the same constraints of that written law, right? So it's hard to find an actual attorney that's representing you and not representing the law itself in the courtroom.
Well,
I mean, you
I
got to
just
think about
feel
it. You got to think about it. That's how they get paid, right? Cops get paid when they locking people up, right? Attorneys get paid when cases are coming to court, right? So why would they want to essentially, help someone to avoid the system that pays them? There's a conflict of interest there.
I assume everybody's against me. Real talk. That way I'm looking for everything. And that's why I'm saying I'm saying if you're gonna take the woman to the police, you're doing it as an ambush. She don't even know she's going. And when I get out the car, I'm gonna go say something to my cousin real quick. Why? He owe me some money. I need it. And that's it. I'm putting her in a position she ain't even ready to deal with it. I like what Reset said. Go in there and tell her you got an unwanted passenger in your car. So they come out the police station. I mean, they come out of the police station ready to deal with a woman who needs to be put out the car. Now the thing is, what's gonna be said at that time. Now, if she's trying to make a claim against you for something, she's gonna have to show proof of the claim. And I'm not saying she won't, because you may say, well, you punched her. But now they gotta say, well, where he punched you at? If ain't nothing wrong with him, you good. Especially when you went to go get that money from your cousin. And why I say money from my cousin? Because if I go to get some money, she can view that as potentially being spent on her. And that keeps her in a more positive ring.
Yeah, I just think, man, we got to be smart. Um, we have to get rid of this anti-authoritarian attitude against the police, and we got to start using them. I mean, we pay them anyway. We pay taxes. We pay them anyway. But we need to start using them to our advantage. We it is a good idea to use the police to your advantage when you're dealing with these unruly women.
Yeah. And I'm admitting, y'all, this idea did come from a woman. So, and I say black women clearly got a different relationship with the police than we do. We got to keep
But
that in mind.
I mean, that ain't no big deal. You know, we get dudes get 95% of their information from women all the time anyway. Ain't no big deal. It ain't gonna be the first time. Ain't gonna be the first time. You know.
Now, shout out to Black Bruce, right? He says consulting a professional does not mean you surrender your own discernment. You take the advice, consider it for yourself, and weigh whether and how it may work for you.
Yeah, yeah, I
You
agree
know,
with that.
yeah, and
I
I
agree with
can't
that.
say that's a bad idea to get some professional's opinion. That ain't never a bad idea. And he also said, but professionals know procedures you do not know, and knowing those procedures can often save your behind. You know, sound advice. I'm gonna say sound advice. You know, I just think that we need to, talk to the police officers and where nothing is going on. Don't wait for you to be in a situation then talk to them. Go find a random cop today or this weekend and talk to that particular cop. If you got one in your family, call your cousin who a cop. Call your brother who a cop. Maybe you got a friend from school who's a cop. Call a cop you know. But don't wait for you to be in a situation and just be coming up with this. That ain't the way to go about it. Use your resources. Okay? Use your resources. All
Hey
right?
man, what no placeholder doing, man?
No
Is he
placeholder. You
the
coming up? What's up,
is he
bro?
the is he the spook that sat by the door?
No, dude. Roger's
Oh,
supposed to get
damn,
you the
my
2
bad.
minutes, but he's been
Yeah, you
going
know
on for like
what?
30 minutes.
Yeah, my bad, man. That's definitely been me because I've been I'm thinking like you ain't even up here. My bad, bro. So you know what? Get a third minute today. Get a third minute today
No,
if
no,
you
no.
want. Go ahead.
I don't yeah, I appreciate you guys, though. Yeah, I've been listening to you guys, and I agree with everything you said, including Black Rule. You know what I'm saying? I want to go a little further before the incident unfolded, and I want to encourage a little more discernment when choosing like female counterparts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like because I'm trying to still figure out like how long has he known this woman? You know what I'm saying? And how much interaction has he had with her before he? You get what I'm saying? Because I hope he's not a scenario where 30 minutes ago you was at some whatever. Because I'm like, I'm so confused, Rogers. Like she's in the car crying that, and he's like, I've just picked you up 30 minutes, and she kind of, I'm drunk and da da da, and I'm like, so even if you were like, for example, you talk to her and you guys are still supposed to set up a date. I'm saying it's like talk like when you go pick her up, like I'm saying at least chat with her for a little bit, and more importantly that like in the conversation you had before you even picked her up or even agreed upon a date, trying to find out what kind of person she is. You know what I'm saying and what kind of environment she comes from. Because I'm sitting there trying to figure out like why do you have a disaster in your car in the first place? You know what I'm saying like you get what I'm saying, Rogers. Like you have the luxury of waiting. There is nothing important and that pressing about, you're saying, taking a chick to wherever it is, talk to her, find out who she is, find out about her family, try to meet her places that basically, I'm saying, that basically that's neutral and such forth like that before you, like I'm saying, you find yourself in these scenarios. I'm not saying that essentially that obviously you can't have things that go left on you, but it's like for her to have that kind of disposition, you should be using pre-checks. You know what I'm saying? And the opportunity that you have ahead of that to at least try to find out what kind of person she is. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know how ridiculous it is for you to pick up somebody and 30 minutes later on they call the police talking about you forced them to suck your dick, excuse my language, on da da da, unless basically, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a completely unhinged female, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's not normal behavior for female. And yeah, that's all I was saying. Is like I'm saying. So I understand everything that you guys mentioned about trying to get out of the car and handle the situation. I fully agree with that. But I would just recommend that you do a little more discernment. There's no particular hurry, gentlemen. I'm saying, or the younger men, there's no particular hurry. These women ain't going nowhere. All of them is exactly the same thing. I'm saying they're gonna give it up or whatever you want to call it. But I'm saying try to use a couple of free checks, man. It's like I'm saying, I've never gone on a date with a girl I don't really know who she is, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what I'm trying to say. I'll jump back in, Roger.
No, I mean, I think you're saying something very solid. Shout out to Black Who Strikes, who agreed with you. He says, I agree with no placeholder. 30 minutes is not enough time to know a 21-year-old female driving her around in your car. I think he got ambushed. That's what I personally believe. He probably did talk to her. You know, social media. A lot of these people talk to each other through social media or some dating
It's
app.
social.
Now
There
you get it
you
in front
go.
of you. I am gonna say, now I don't know why he's not at a particular location. He met her 30 minutes ago. Because to me, that means it took you too long to come out the house. Or, he gave her too much room at the end of the day. Because I shouldn't know you for 30 minutes. Because I'm thinking he's saying, I just know you for 30 minutes, meaning this is our first time meeting in person. This now is real because we're meeting in person at this particular point. And people don't take stuff that's just on the computer as serious, especially a lot of black women. They don't even take it as serious. So if they're talking to you through a computer, you're not a real person to them yet. You're not a real person until you actually meet with them and do something with them. So that's how I took it at the context. I just actually met you 30 minutes ago. Maybe you pulled up at the crib and maybe she wasn't ready to go. And he outside 15 minutes or whatever, waiting on her to finish getting ready. But that says something about her and how she sees you anyway. And I just think the dude got fed up, So I think he got ambushed. That's what I personally believe. He got ambushed, but he handled the situation well for getting ambushed. That's what I believe. But I'm going to turn it over to her love hold is dangerous because he done came up. And we'll see where he goes with it right now. Her love hold is dangerous. You got the mic.
Well, thank you, Roger. Hope everybody is well, doing okay. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to these niggas on the panel, these pork lovers. Y'all up here talking about cooperating with the cops. Aren't we black? Nigga, we don't never cooperate. What the hell are we talking about? You do what you're supposed to do as a black man. When you're with a woman, you meet in the public place and you leave that hoe in the public place. And if that nigga did that, he wouldn't have the issues today. But you gonna cooperate with pork with 12? I mean, what we doing today? Right? You think 12 is gonna care about a black man when the pastime of America is to harm and lynch a nigga. It don't matter what y'all do. Pork rinds is gonna do something to make sure you lose your freedom. What you need to do is you need to do what we've been doing. Leave that hoe in the plaza. Leave that hoe in the plaza. And I pass the mic.
Well, if she's acting a fool at some point, you are gonna have to get out of the car. That's gonna have to happen.
See, that's what you did. That's what you already messed up with, right? Right. If your pin plan was strong, ho, you go on that subway and meet me at my house while I drive home.
A woman can do a lot more to you once you know your address.
Yeah, but okay, so then pipe her out in the back of the pipe her out in the back of the restaurant near the trash can. There you go.
Everybody think they got the magic penis, man. That ain't the answer.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying.
Trying to tell them, man.
All I'm saying is this, right? Everybody think you can cooperate and work with Popo, and Popo time and time again showed you what they do.
Well, I'm gonna say this: when I dropped the chick off at the police station, I didn't have to go in there and get the police or nothing. She just got out at that point. Once I told her, look, we at the police station, she got out.
Yeah, I mean, but see, that's the thing, right? You met her in a public place. You left that her in a public place.
I don't know. No, I picked her up from somewhere. I don't remember where, but I picked her up from somewhere because I had been dealing with her for a hot second. But she started acting crazy in the car. And then,
And to answer one of his questions directly, yeah, I'm cooperating with the police. Part of my check go to their
Listen,
pension. You damn
We
listen,
know
right.
you. We
I want
we know
some of
you
my money
cooperating.
back.
We know you
listen,
cooperating, man. You ain't
listen,
had to
Wonder
tell us
Bread.
that.
Look, Wonder Bread. We know how
Hey,
you've been rolling, right? You
hey, man.
and your Wonder Bread crew, Jada.
Damn right.
We know how y'all
Nah,
do. I mean,
nah. I don't.
are.
I don't believe in spending my money anywhere and not getting the service I want. I'm already spending money with them folks. I want service.
Right. You gonna get your service, all right. End up here listening to Uru. This nigga loves Shazam.
No, I'm gonna say shout out to Black Rule. He said I think he met her. I think he met her. I guess he meant to say in a bar, which would explain why she was drunk. Now that part I don't know. I don't know where the man met this woman. Great Big Reset said he believes that they had a date they were supposed to go on. So I don't know why he's with her for 30 minutes and they're not at some location at that particular point. I
Yeah,
got no idea.
I don't remember the origin. I don't know if it was they met online, which is more likely, and they finally met up. But I know that they were supposed to go on a date. Like he was taking her on a date, and in the original video that I saw, he was driving toward wherever they were going on the date, and she started flipping out, and he turned his camera on, and then he told her, "Hey man, I'm gonna go ahead and take you back home," and then she just got worse. She just got worse. And he was like, "Oh no, this ain't for me." I commend the brother. I commend the brother. I think he took the right actions. He basically did a little interview in the car with him to make sure that he was cool. Like, hey man, I ain't do nothing to you, right? Yeah. You know, hey, I ain't hurt you. I ain't put my hands on you or nothing, right? And she was like, no, you ain't did nothing to me. You ain't hurt me or nothing. Da 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 da. He interviewed her. He got what he needed, and he went on and took it. So when she flipped out, he was like, that's why he didn't leave the scene. He stayed there because he's like, I got evidence. I didn't do nothing to this shit, regardless of what she told you when she dialed 911. I think he handled it correctly.
I think he did a fine job. I would say this though. If it went down something like that and she acting fool on the way to the restaurant or wherever we was going, I would have kept going to that particular location. I would have left her there. I would have, got the camera out and be like, yeah, why you acting a fool and all that? Do all that because that makes a difference. But she just would have not been home messing with me. I would have left at the new spot. So let's say we was going to a restaurant. Let's go in. Hold on, let me go get something from the car. I just go get in the car and I drive off.
Right.
That's how I would do it. You can't go crazy with me and then I do everything for your convenience. But that was that natural thing that I ain't gonna say it's natural, but we've been taught to make sure black women are okay. So I'm thinking that's what messed him up. Let me take her back home so she's straight. That's not gonna be in my mentality. How do I get straight? I need to get her. I need to get rid of her, so we can go to wherever we said we was going to. But once she get out that car, she there. I'm gone because I'm straight. I commend them from doing a little interview, but once I got that on film, I don't need nothing else. I'm good. You can stay where you at.
Yeah, man. I think this anti-police thing that we done had going on in the black community, it's time to kill that, man. We help pay those folks salaries, man. You need to get service where you spending your money at. Just do.
I ain't looking at it as an anti-police thing. My thing is what makes me safe the quickest. She started
No,
flipping out
I'm
because
saying
he did turn that car around.
that sentiment will keep people from implementing what you're suggesting, which is a good suggestion. There's so many of us that have and I grew up like that too, with that anti police thought process. After the police, this that and the other. Nah, there's times when they may be convenient for you, especially in a situation like this. So yeah, hey, if you got that whole F the police attitude, You might show up at the police station, get yourself arrested. You need to understand. These people are public servants. You are helping to pay part of their salary. And when you have an issue that they can take care of, hey, man, I'm just coming up here to put my tax dollars at work. I got a crazy chick in the car. I want to out my car. Can y'all help me handle this?
Yeah. Well, I'm saying though too, because to me, when she couldn't control the situation, she definitely got worse. Because he said,
Yeah.
I'm take you home," and that didn't go well for her. So I am trying to, say that if you got a chick who starts going crazy while you're on your way to wherever this location is, just go to the location. And when you get there, separate yourself. Y'all finna go in there, go sit down at the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Get up to go to the bathroom. When you go to the bathroom, just leave. You know? And she'll figure it out. Some people gonna say, well, you can't do that because she might start ordering food or whatever the case is. And watch what you do.
Hey, Roger, you take her down to the restaurant, sit her down, say, listen, order anything you want. I'm finna run to the restroom. I'll be right back.
I wouldn't even tell her to order anything she wants. I'm just gonna tell her, look, before we do anything, I'm gonna run to the restaurant real quick, and I'll be right back. And that's it. I didn't even tell her to order nothing. And I'm only saying that from a legal standpoint, and just in case they say, well, since you told her to order, that means you're responsible for the bill. If it come up later on down the road. Now, I don't know how it's going to come up later down the road because I'm gone. She can't contact me no more. I don't care what her situation is. She got to talk to that restaurant. If she gets some food, she can talk to that restaurant about whatever food she got. That's their world now. I'm not involved.
Right.
She can explain to them she was on a date and her date left. I mean, that happened. Now, how she gonna clear that up if she orders something? How she gonna clear it up with them? That's their business. It's not my job to do any of that.
Oh man!
So the way I see it, there's nothing holding me at that point. I'm gonna run to this washroom. I'll be right back. You know what? And I like Red Lobster, y'all. Y'all know a nice thing about Red Lobster? That bathroom right by the door. At least the ones I go to. I go into Red Lobster, the bathroom right by the door. We get us seated at that table. I'm gonna be right back. You know what I'm saying? Just give me a minute. I'm gone.
Yeah, man.
Now, unless you're worried about her, there's nothing to do
Yeah,
with
man.
driving away.
I really don't see much. I don't see much wrong with what happened here. I don't see much wrong with how this guy actually conducted himself. I think young black men need to kind of look at this and say, hey, this is a good base of how to protect ourselves from these situations. Because how many times we don't see the videos where the police do get called by somebody and the guy is saying, "Well, I didn't want her to get arrested." Nigga, what? Nigga, she out here being defiant and conducting herself in a way that you can't even control. What do you mean you don't want her to get arrested? Nigga, she trying to destroy your life out here.
Man.
No, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
My thing is, I don't care what happens to her. I'm not saying anything against what the young man did. I just know for myself, I pull out that phone. We do that interview. We keep going where we're going. Once we get out, because it's an easy separation. I'm not trying to trigger you once I see you're already triggered. I ain't trying to trigger you a second time. What's easy for me to just go there, let you out because you're going to be willing to get out. You're not going to be fighting me because you wanted to go on a date, but now we back at your house. And y'all keep in mind, this is not me criticizing him. Hindsight is 2020. Okay? So we go to where we was going. She get out. I go to the bathroom, and I ain't never got to see her again. I'm good. And I also don't have to deal with the police at that particular point because, real talk, I don't want to be in the company of a police officer. It's not what I desire to do. You know, I got my evidence. I'm good. Put it on the cloud, and you great, and just leave and live your life. Stop worrying about that woman you met. I can't tell you where them women at that I talk about. I don't know where they at. You know, real talk. So I'm making it okay. I assume they make it okay. Yeah. And shout out to Afro Merch. He said, yep, from my understanding, the restroom is about the exit and most red lobster. Show is.
Y'all Negroes wrong, boy.
We're going
No,
to
y'all
turn
not.
red
No,
lobster
y'all
into
not.
a recommended restaurant.
No, y'all not.
Your first date, they all go to red lobster. You act the fool in any way. Don't you worry about it.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh man.
I saw one the other day, man, where a young lady essentially tried to rack up a $300 and some bill and expected her date to pay it, and they had to call the police out. And fortunately, she got arrested in that situation.
She got what she was looking for.
Yeah.
See, I don't like the fact you Negroes be trying to talk about all these videos that I ain't show no highlight to. But I did see that. You know.
I seen one live and in person. I seen one happen in person, bro. The chick having a birthday party. Some dude came in there that she knew offhand. She came over there hugging on him and talking to him, this, that, and the other. Man, her crew dipped up out of there, and the waitress brought that man the bill for them. Boy, nigga, I was cracking up in that seat over there. Nigga, I was like, oh hell
Wait, he just
Wow.
got there and he got the bill?
no. Yeah, I was there with my date. You know, we were there eating. It was a holiday. It was like Memorial Day, so it's like when they feed the veterans for free. It was Veterans Day. That's what it was. And so we were there, you know, eating some wings. We were at Buffalo Wild Wings, you know, just chilling. And these three women was over there eating at the table. One of them had the little baby on top of the table twerking and all kind of foolishness going on. So they was ghetto
Wow.
fabulous over there. Yeah, it was ghetto fabulous, bro. It was ghetto fabulous. So you know, uh, she she was like looking to. I could tell she was looking to talk to somebody. It was like obvious that's what she was doing. And when
She
this
was looking
dude
to talk to
came
some
in,
dude. That's what she was doing.
yeah, when this dude came in, they just got to talking, and he knew her name and all that stuff, and she got to asking him about different people. They just had a conversation. He and his friend had been talking to me and my girl about Miami and Florida State. And then, man, about 10 minutes later, the waitress comes and brings him the bill. And he like, hey, I thought, my stuff's supposed to be free. He looked down at the bill like, what's this? She done told the waitress that he's the one that's paying, and they had been waiting on him to show up, man. Hey, boy, it got up out of there. I was like, this is wild.
Wow. And you say you laughed at him, Reset. See, that's why
I
we
did.
talking about Reset, man. This is what we talking about right here. Laughing at a black man in a stressful situation, man. That's that white supremacy I be talking about, man.
Hey, the waitress was like, well, can you call her and tell her to come back? And he was like, man, I don't know that chick phone number.
Oh man.
I mean, it is what it is. Black women just don't make it worse for themselves. And then, I mean, that's kind of messed up, on some real talk. Now, I know I wouldn't have paid that bill because, look, that ain't got
He
nothing
didn't
to do with
pay it.
me. I don't care what she
He did.
told you. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
I would like to say something if I could. So I watched the video. I apologize. I didn't watch it before I came up. I watched the video. This could be any woman. Black woman could do this or did it as a video show, and also a white woman could do this. I think the point where the dude made a mistake was when she start acting that way, he should have just got out, called the cops. Don't drive her home. Don't do nothing. Just wait outside the car, call the cops, and let the cops deal with it, and then show the video. But the fact that you gotta start taking action quickly and swiftly, right? Because every decision that's made at that point is you're risking your life in America, because America operates as believe all women, right? It operates that way, believe all women, and even when she's found guilty, nothing really happens to her. So you need to take action immediately. Step out the car, call the police, stand in a group of people, and then just wait. And that's it. Just wait till they come, explain the case to the police, and that's it.
Well, see, I don't think that really would have worked in this scenario. Because at the end of the day, she was trying to control what was going on. And once you stop the car and get out, you're giving her room to make decisions.
I disagree.
Well, we know what she was gonna call and say because we seen it.
Right, but the point is that when she screaming, yelling, going on about her dad dying, whatever, that's when you get out the car and call the cops. That's it.
You call the cops because her dad died?
You call the cops because she tripping. You say, when they come, you say, I asked this bitch to leave. She didn't leave, so I called the police because she's going crazy. Then she's going to say that you hit her. Then you show the videotape that you didn't hit her and all the people around. And then then they go. That's it.
And unfortunately, you look like the guy she just called about. The guy who ain't gonna do X, Y, and Z because she didn't suck his dick. The guy who ain't gonna do X, Y, and Z because she didn't have sex with him. That's what you look like at that point.
No, I don't. Because there's no difference between me driving. It's actually worse spending more time with her driving to the police office. It's better to leave immediately. Get out of that situation. Remove yourself as soon as possible.
Well, I mean, removing myself at a police station, the police station ain't never that far away. Number two, if you would have did what I would have done, I would have just went to the restaurant or whatever we was going to. She would have got out. I get back in, I'm gone. I'm not even giving you a way to leave a report about me.
No, but I mean, if she's because the video starts off, she's screaming and crying that she's upset. Get out, call the police. You report first.
No, I do understand that, but we're going. DBI said he already saw this a long time ago, and this was them two going on a date of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If that's the case, you see what I'm saying? I obviously picked her up, and now she's in the vehicle. Now she starts acting a fool while I'm in the vehicle. She's trying to control the situation, and at the end of the day, I'm not gonna let you control me. So I'm just gonna go where we was going to. He pulled out the phone and got the evidence that he needed. So I do agree that was a good move. So if I pull out that phone and get the evidence I needed, I just take it away where we was going. We go in that restaurant and we gonna separate without no fuss. We sit her down at a nice, comfortable table. She needed anyway. She needed a day out. Obviously, she been inside too long. And then I'm going to the bathroom. The issue is I'm going to the bathroom at home. She's not going to be aware of that.
I'm definitely getting out the car. I'm calling the cops. I'm removing myself. I'm diffusing the situation immediately.
No. I mean, I do get that. I definitely get that, and I'm not saying it's bad to remove yourself. My thing is just that how do I remove myself where I don't make police contact? That's what I'm looking at. Now I'm gonna say shout out to Toya, y'all. Shout out to Toya. She in the Cash App. She says just echoing the appreciation. Well, appreciate you for saying that, Toya. I'm gonna give you more appreciation than you can give back. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna give you more than you can give back. So thank you so much. Appreciate you, sister. Appreciate you. And that's real talk. And shout out to my main man, usual business. He say, them cheddar them cheddar biscuits get them every time. See, he understand. That's that Red Lobster flow, y'all. I'm telling y'all, we gonna mess around and make Red Lobster the official first day restaurant. Okay, or we can get a black-owned restaurant with long as they bathroom by that door. We can make something happen with that. We can definitely make something happen with that. Real talk. And shout out to you, usual Ben. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. And Black Rule Strike says, when you're a rich black man, you never call the cops. You call your attorney, and then you shut your mouth. That sounds good to me. Because I'm gonna say this, y'all. I'm never trying to make police contact. I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to do what I can do to get out of my situation as quickly as possible, where it costs me the least amount of time, least amount of money, least amount of energy. When a girl is going psycho like that, I think it's better just to go to the place she agreed to go to. If you alter the plans, you're messing with her thought process. I don't need to mess your thought process up. I'm gonna start treating you, almost like a wild animal. I got you in the cage a certain kind of way. I can't let you out. Let me just get you to the restaurant, and we'll take it from there.
No, but I do agree with Black Guru on that point. If I'm rich, I'm famous, like a rapper or something. Yeah, I'm calling the attorney. I'm getting out. The attorney's gonna come with the police or whatever, right? Or I'm calling like Suge Knight. Yo, Suge, call the people you killed Pac with, because this bitch is out of hand. I'm gonna be waiting outside in the rain.
But I'm saying too, I'm just thinking about the fact that do you see the woman is already set off? Do you want to set off some more? But a lot of guys, they're not willing to go through the lengths that I'm willing to go through to check a woman. And because you're not willing to go through those lengths, I'm saying do something that's quick and easy without setting her off again.
But if I got a team, like if I'm a rapper or Suge Knight's team, this nigga killed Tupac. I'm gonna be like, yo, call the niggas that got Tupac to get this bitch. I'm gonna be over in the curb, chilling. That's it. I'm gonna let her be manic and freak out in the car, fuck up, whatever she's gonna do, let her do. And I'm just gonna be waiting outside the car until the people come, right? Like the lawyer gonna call the cops, gonna come with the cops, and get it done if I have people. But now if I'm an average Joe Smo, right, then I'm just getting out the car and calling the cops, man. Because at the end of the day, I think you're running the risk. Because what if she starts to hit you, right? What if she starts hitting on you or doing something, whatever, right? You don't know. Then you're in a whole nother world of hurt.
I mean, if she start hitting on you, you definitely can just see where the nearest police station is from there. If she doesn't hit on you, just take her to the restaurant that you was on your way to, assuming that that's where they were going, y'all. I'm just assuming that because I don't know where they were actually going. But if they were going to the restaurant, let's just get her there because that's where she want to be. And she's going to easily separate from me. And then I just move on in a different direction.
Yeah,
all I got to do is get her to that restaurant and get her comfortable.
So you're running that risk. Because she could have snapped and started hitting on him, right?
Well, I'm saying if she start hitting me, then it's to the police station immediately because now I have a legitimate claim to make against her.
Right, but my point is, you're running that risk, right? You're taking a risk on that. Because my point is this: the longer you're next to her, the more you're putting yourself at risk. That's what I'm saying.
No, I do get that, but my thing is, if you give her a chance to think, you're not helping yourself. She starts thinking too much and she figures out what she can do, like this young lady was doing. You're not helping yourself. I want her to do as least amount of thinking as possible. So taking her where she already wanted to go is a pacifier for her. You're a smart guy. You understand people have pacifiers. I'm taking her to her pacifier, which is where she wants to go. I'm just going to leave her there, and then I don't have to make police contact. That's what I'm saying. Now, if she starts hitting me or something before I get there, then I'll just take the risk of the police contact and just take her to the police station. But I'm not gonna do anything to disrupt her even more when she already acting that crazy. That's all I'm saying. And Black Hoover Strike says, man, the dudes who did Pac were wearing adult diapers, gum. They were wearing adult diapers, gum and jello at the nursing home. So I think he said they're not gonna be much assistance.
Nah, but still got other
at this
hitters.
point.
Still got other hitters. I mean, that nigga got other hitters. No, or before Diddy got arrested, I'm like, yo, Diddy, you know, get that nigga who beat Cassie ass and bring him up here to get this bitch some work.
And I'm gonna say shout out to Irvin Reed. He say you taking a risk just having it in your car. Take the physical abuse and let the video be your evidence.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Get your ass out the car. That's what I'm
But
saying.
bro, if you pull that car over and she already acting crazy, you're telling her to do more damage. That's all I'm saying, bro. And I understand why you're saying what you're saying, but why give her a chance to think?
That's fine. Because at the end of the day, the more separation I have between me and her, it increases my safety.
But it also increases increases reasoning for them to believe her story. We see what she went to. She went diabolical. He wouldn't.
She gonna say whatever she's gonna say anyway. You got the video. Because women are always gonna say, no matter what happens, at the end of the thing, women are gonna say, he hit me. He put his hands on me. Blah 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 blah. Right? And you got video saying, I'm gonna pull over, I'm gonna run to the nearest shop, I'm gonna call the police, and I'm gonna just ask other people, can you please film that car while the police come, right? And so when the police come into the restaurant, all these people witness her fucking up my car. I got video of her freaking out, and I'm like, can y'all get this bitch out my car?
I'm not trying to use no insurance claim. We can just go to the restaurant. I mean, I totally get what you say. I don't think either one's a bad answer. I'm gonna just say that. I don't think either one's a bad, as long as you got the video. That's the key part. As long as you actually got the video evidence that she was lying. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, I would be concerned with my vehicle. So I would probably just go and take it to the restaurant. Because to me, it's not that big a deal. Take her to the restaurant, listen to her little mumbo jumbo for a couple more minutes, and then I ain't never got to see this woman ever again. So I'm straight, So, but I ain't gonna say what you saying is wrong. Okay, I'm not saying what you saying because it makes sense as long as you have the video of her admitting that you ain't actually did anything. Yeah. Now, shout out to Black Hoover Strikes again. He says, I think both of your methods may be best depending on the circumstances. If she is relatively calm, Roger's plan is probably optimal. Okay.
Yeah, if she's calm, then yeah, of course, yeah.
But if things appear to be getting out of hand, then Hot Sauce plan is probably the better option, which I can definitely agree with. As long as you got that video, the key factor is get that video.
I lost my father, man. I'm out of there, man. I'm out of there. But if she's calm, then yeah, you're right, yeah. But once you start screaming like, "Oh, I lost my father," and I'm like, "Oh, this bitch is crazy."
And I'm gonna say, shout out to that man. That might be his first time experience, a crazy chick to himself. Because we all usually come across a few of them. You know what I'm saying? If you can date multiple women, not come across one, you hitting 1,000%. You hitting on 1,000% if you ain't never came across one. Because I done had a few crazy ones. That's for sure.
I just want to address something. Like, because people think I've been away from time. I've been away, so I don't know. If a black woman crying about losing her father, when you know that if her mother black, her mother didn't give a fuck about her having a father in the first place, so she don't even know that nigga. So as soon as she says some shit like that, oh, this bitch is crazy. Because she probably never met her father in the first place. Right? That's like saying, oh, I see dead people and shit.
No, I'm with you there.
Right? As soon as she says some shit like, oh, you got to go. What? Your father's dead? Like, do you even know your father? Because black women don't be having fathers for their children like that.
Now, when black women start talking about fathers, I give them the.
Like, you
I
gotta get
raise
off my
my eyebrow like the Rock, baby. You know what I'm saying?
like, what the fuck's going on?
I got a serious eyebrow up when I hear them talking about fathers.
You know what I mean? Because I was at Bronx place last night. This nigga talking about, he said dead white people. Yeah, I had to leave.
Yeah, Joe. My eyebrow is up like the Rock, y'all. Real talk. Soon as they say something about their father, especially if they talking about they miss him or something like that, I'm gonna need the story behind that. Now, shout out to Black Rose Strike. He says when she started talking about getting abused by her last boyfriend, he should have known he was in the. He was in the. I'm gonna say he was in trouble. He should have known he was in trouble. Hey, that's an extremely good sign. Real talk, real talk. But I know for me personally, you ain't finna be going on no date with me telling me all this stuff about your ex-boyfriend, especially if I ain't even asked nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to hear all that.
Hey,
I ain't trying to hear all that at all.
Don't y'all think it's wild that we're actually having a conversation about how to protect ourselves against negative consequences when we are being assaulted, when we are being lied on?
Black
That's
men in
wild,
America.
man. Like, how do we take this? We're literally talking about how do we take this to the legal system in a way that it will end well for us when this happens? That's wild, bro.
Because look what happened to fucking Jonathan Majors, right?
Nigga ran for his life.
Still, right? This nigga ran for his life. Still lost my
With some steppers on. With some
actually,
steppers
man,
on.
I need to apologize to the black race. I need to apologize to my black brothers. I need to apologize to Jonathan Majors because honestly, we should be boycotting Marvel for that bullshit. We really should be boycotting Marvel for that shit. But I still watch Marvel to this day. I'm going to apologize.
Well, I'm gonna say the fact that he was able to move the way he was moving with some steppers on, because I grew up in church, y'all. Running with church shoes on ain't easy. Okay?
Yeah, that's a challenge.
That is not easy. And that man was getting little. Real talk. That's a big man to get little too. You know, he got some size on him. So I got to give that man props because he was definitely moving. He definitely was moving. You know, I don't know how he stopped. That nigga, he slid into something when it was over. I don't know what he slid into, but he slid into something.
Well, those beans got reacted from the plantation. Right?
Urban Reed say strong ankles. Yeah, he must have some strong ankles.
Yeah. Django jeans start popping up.
Yeah.
Right?
He was definitely moving.
Rosewood.
Yeah.
Right? Was playing his mind.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I know some of y'all ain't never had a race in no steppers before, but I done been there and done that. So I done grew up in church, y'all. That's a task right there, boy. Shout out to Black Rose Strike. He says Major's failure was calling the cops when she was at his apartment.
Bingo.
He is a rich and famous black man. When he found her in his apartment, he should have called his small hat New York City attorney to handle that and her. You know?
Yeah, like but see, here's the perfect thing. Perfect case, right? When she was wilding out in the car, he should just got the fuck out. She took his phone. He should have just went to somewhere else and like, yo, I'm Jonathan Majors. I'm fucking, Kane the Conqueror. Please call the cops. Please call my lawyer. And that's it. And just sit in that coffee shop and just be like and wonder what the fuck going on. That's what he should have done.
Well, I'm gonna say, man, as men, I think the lesson here is don't do stuff according to what makes women straight. Start to do stuff according to what makes you straight. And the fact that he pulled out that camera and started recording, he did what made him straight. Now he did have a little police contact because when it was all said and done, he showed the cop cars and the ambulance. So she was over there reciting what happened in her mind as if it was the ultimate truth. And the reality is, he probably didn't go nowhere because he was probably being detained for a while. Now, maybe they told him he ain't detained anymore when he started recording all that himself. That's possible. But at the end of the day, he knew that if he didn't have that recording, he was screwed.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. And the fact that they only met 30 minutes ago, this is saying any random black woman that you happen to come across, you do not have to have anything going on with her. You do not have to have any form of relationship with her. And none of that means she's not going to go crazy on you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something black men got to start, professing. People would treat us in all kinds of crazy ways. Because a lot of people say, well, why would some random person do that to you? Because you're a black man. That's why. You don't need no extra reason. You don't need no extra sauce. A lot of people operate all kinds of crazy ways just because you happen to be a black man. And that's all there is to it. I can do it to this nigga and get away with it.
Yep.
Well, why would this woman lie on you? Because I'm a black man. Why wouldn't she lie on me?
Yeah, there's a famous black reality TV star right now going through false accusations, and people are crucifying this nigga on social media just because he's black.
Yeah, they exactly. They wanted to crucify him to begin with. That's how they always feel. Any successful black man, that's pretty much the position that they take against us off the strength.
Yeah, man, because they find this nigga on WeChat. I mean, now social media, everything, man. And like even companies, even big brand companies, were bullying him.
Yep.
Well, that's why we need to make it known that as black men, we are the ones being attacked in the society, and we don't need to pretend like that's not a reality. You know what I'm saying? I know that hits some black men a sensitive way because they be trying to fight so hard, talking about, well, I ain't no victim. Nobody said you a victim, bro. But at the end of the day, you being attacked. You don't have to call yourself a victim, but if you get attacked for simply existing, you got to stand up about that at some point.
It's not about having a victim mentality. It's just understanding somebody's attacking. You got to fight back in the proper ways.
Right.
Because not doing something, then you are a victim.
Yeah. If this dude wouldn't act like somebody was attacking him, he would have been a victim, while the explanation would have been she was the victim.
Right.
And let's keep it real. If this man would have got locked up and said that I didn't do none of that stuff she said, who would have even believed?
Nobody, because it's believe all women, no matter what.
No. Now I might have believed them, but then people would have been like, "Oh, you hate women because you believe him." Yeah. No, I believe him because he a dude, and I know women lying on a regular. I don't see too many cases where women ain't lying. They lie about everything.
That's a fact.
Well, you shouldn't say that about women. Every man who asks his woman was she hungry has been lied to.
No, man. But
Roger,
that is a fact, because if she feels it, it's true. If she feels it,
man. Right. And that's so true, man, because when you hear them talk, that's what they talk about. Well, I feel like. Okay, do you have any facts to back those feelings?
Well, look at if y'all went. I don't know how far people went in the video, because you got basically the story in 10 minutes. But I think even in 10 minutes, you seen the extra cop cars out there, the ambulance out there. What do y'all think she's saying? They got these extra cars. They got an ambulance. What do y'all think she actually saying? She's saying what a lot of we've been dumb enough to buy into. She's saying her truth. That's what she's saying. Yep. Her truth, not the truth.
Her
she's giving her truth, and she got an ambulance out there. Yeah. So we take it as it don't mean nothing, but we need to learn to use it. Shout out to Black Who Strikes. He said, "Nigga, you a victim. Use it for your benefit."
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, we got a lot of black guys who be like, "No, we can't be no victim. That's how you have a victim mentality. And once you got a victim mentality, you can't never pull it." I mean, all that sound good in theory, y'all. It do sound good in theory. I understand why you said it. I ain't gonna even knock you for it. But I like to deal in real life. Okay,
When you
that's
Negroes
me.
start acting like victims, I'm gonna tell y'all acting like this. They gonna hear that from me later on. Y'all niggas is victims out here.
Reset. Say he
I'm,
about to throw chairs in the back. He about to throw chairs at the round table. I
Man,
hear you.
no,
reset.
I see what
I hear you.
Black Guru doing down there. I see what he's doing down there. You know what I'm saying? But no. In this case, no, man. You trying to be victorious. So if you want to be victorious, you use the white man to be victorious.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. White Man, hey, part of your salary. I need you to come over here and lock up this hyena.
Yeah. Now, I want to shout out to Irvin Reed. He say, "We's be free." Comes with knowing you're a black man in America. And if you ain't black, you're white. Shout out to Roger. Hey, man, that's what it is. That's definitely what it is. And that's real talk right there, y'all. If you ain't black, you're white. It's simple as that, man. But we got lights, camera, action that came back. I'm definitely interested with what he said. You got it, my brother.
The last 10 minutes. Ain't this some nigga shit?
Yeah. I had put a comment in there earlier. I was saying that a lot of these women use the uh, the what's that? The prospect of sex as a weapon, and fellas just got to get out of that. Like Reset said, if you go raw, you forget about the law. I think if she gets you hard, you forget about God. And thank God that young man had the proclivities to say, you know what, let me start videotaping this. So I think everybody should have like at least a voice recorder in their car at all times, not on your phone, in your car. Just something that's separate from your phone. And definitely try to get some of those cameras that you could have hooked up in your car where you could just take the camera back down and take the little memory card out. Don't use your phone. Have all of that stuff already set up
Yeah,
like an Uber driver. You know what I mean? And in your home, get the Ring camera, set it up
man.
in a corner that shows the couch and all of that stuff too. Because right now, these times, you really have to be able to protect yourself.
Nah, I think that's the real way to go, and I'm thinking about that myself because I'm like, yeah, well, these are Uber drivers and whatnot, and these Lyft drivers who making content. That's a pretty cool thing what they got going on in the car. I'm gonna get me
Hey,
one of those. So I'm just gonna go out and
Remember,
get one of these things that they got.
hey, Shark,
remember
that
back in the day when we were kids,
go ahead, go ahead, bro.
on HBO, Taxi Cab Confessionals, when we were kids
Yeah.
back in the day,
Hmm.
Yep.
and they would pick these people up from the club and stuff like that, and all types of shit be happening. You
All
guys remember?
kinds of
Yeah,
stories. Ooh.
Yeah, we got.
yeah.
This is the perfect time to do that again. Perfect time to do that again. Taxi Cab Confessionals.
Yeah, and I
Hey,
don't think
Shark,
he picked her up from a bar because it was still daylight outside. I think he might have picked her up from the crib from somewhere else, and she was already pre-gaming or something. Like he might have met her online and was like, "Yo, I'm gonna come scoop you up," and she was already pre-gaming because I don't see how you get that drunk at a bar that early during the day. That's crazy. Because it was still daylight when the cops got there. The cops was probably there for at least a good 20 minutes. Yeah, so she was. What? First of all, like placeholder said, why do you let a drunk woman in your car that you didn't get drunk?
That's a good question.
But the ability of having sex will make you do the dumbest things, thinking
Yeah,
that you might get it.
yep. They need to bring that back. Uh, Uber Confessions, Taxi Cab Confessions.
Definitely.
Man. What city would you do that in?
New York, Chicago, Vegas,
DC, definitely Washington, DC. You
DC,
can you imagine
Houston,
the stories might come out in DC?
DC, Houston, and any major city, man. Wildin'.
Woo, woo.
Blake, reset. You need to do Lot Lizards TV.
I didn't do what?
Lot Lizard
Lot lizard
TV.
teeth. Hey, hey, man. I drive through the truck stop with my arm hanging out the window with $40 in between my fingers, man.
Hey, Shark, that advice you gave about having cameras in and around your house as well, man. That's A1 advice. Actually, I was able to use ring footage from my home to get an order of protection dropped against me that my ex-wife had against me during the divorce process. Because that just comes with divorce now, fellas. They're going to try to throw everything at you. But I was able to get her on camera walking into my home, trespassing into my home. And that was
See,
what ultimately got that thrown out. Now, mind you, I will say this as well. Mind you, this woman stalked me at my old job while having an active order of protection on me. That wasn't even enough to take to the judge and say, hey, guys, do something. It wasn't until I got her on video trespassing in my home that they dropped that bullshit against me. So,
yeah, you always have to have a means of escape. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Like, don't give them, never give them your name until the third date. You know what I mean? Always, like, one time I had went to this chick crib acting crazy. It was a whole different environment in the crib. I literally told her, yo, I'm about to go to the store to get some roll up. You know what I mean? You want something from the store? She was like, yeah, give me a soda. She was about to give me the money. I was like, nah, you don't have, you ain't nothing, girl. I'm gonna get that. And ain't never showed back up. That bitch
And
still waiting for
look,
that Pepsi.
look, I told you. In this same situation it applies. I'm with Roger. You take her to the restaurant. She knows she going to have a good time, so she gonna relax. With, baby, just chill out. Man, I'm gonna take you
the
to the bar. We're gonna get
door's
us
gonna be
something to
down.
eat. We gonna drink. And then you can tell me all about it. Just calm down for now. Cool. She thinking she finna get something. Man, we get there. You help her pull a chair out, push a chair up forward, boom, boom, boom. Baby, order whatever you want. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, and you get on up out of there. And while she in there ordering her $25 crab cakes and margaritas, yeah, there you go.
uh,
You
Now,
before
go. No
now,
stress.
now I'm gonna say
Roger,
this though.
And
I
then you
am gonna
call a
say this.
restaurant and you tell them she got a bomb in her purse.
Roger, before you do that, I need to shut it down in 4 minutes. I just want to say to the brothers on the panel, brothers on the chat, I know Doomsday is coming out, but really we should be boycotting that in honor of Jason Majors. So watch that shit on
No, no,
Blue.
no,
Watch that
no,
shit
no,
on.
no. We got to have a meeting about that on December 20th, and then we'll decide on December 20th whether we're gonna
No, we
boycott.
got watch that shit on Blue Leg, nigga.
No, 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 no. We
Don't
haven't
give
we
no
haven't had a meeting
fanfare.
about that. We haven't come to no consensus about that yet. I think it's a little too early to be boycotting Marvel. You
Niggas,
gonna wait?
niggas,
You gonna wait till
$800.
Doomsday come out to want to boycott? This is when you want to get a conscience. No, no, no,
Look,
Yeah,
no.
man.
I'm gonna say
Damn,
this.
Jay Z, you
I'm
gotta
gonna say
start
this.
somewhere.
There are rumors they may be bringing him back. I don't know how true it is. Okay, there are some rumors going on. It's possible that they may actually be bringing him back.
They got to
Um,
consider.
If they don't bring him back by the new Spider-Man movie, then we boycott.
well, my thing is, I don't
But
want
we
to just say any random thing. We should talk about that seriously on a different day on whether we want to do something like that or not. It should be, it's a serious subject, and we should give it some serious light. Shout out to Jonathan Majors. I do actually hope he gets the job back because come on, if you see what he got convicted of, it wasn't nothing. It's like parking ticket stuff. So we shouldn't make that a big. It shouldn't. It should be treated like it was parking tickets. I'll just say that, since the value of a parking ticket should be treated like a parking ticket. Is that simple at the end of the day? But I understand, Marvel as a whole, they just did something based on something they heard. But did they have their lawyers look into it? Not at that particular time. But some time has went back, so I do actually hope they do bring him back at the end of the day. I would definitely appreciate if they do. And just remember, y'all, when black women talking about they getting been kidnapped, it's just like the Black Widow here, man. It's just as serious. It's a story, man. 9 times out of 10 is just a story. And that's all it is to it at the end of the day. We ain't gonna say no black woman has ever been kidnapped. You know, I'm pretty sure that happened more during the slavery times, if anything. But black women do say black women get kidnapped. I don't know of any woman. I'm talking about my personal life, y'all. I don't know of any sister that got kidnapped. I ain't never heard about a sister that got kidnapped. And my cousin's uncle on you know what is it two
On
sides
his
out or
mama's side.
something like that. Yeah, I don't even know that person got kidnapped. I just don't know about it in general. I just don't know at all. Okay, I ain't saying it couldn't happen. I just don't know that I don't know it's happening in any real rate where anybody I know of got kidnapped. Now, Hot Sauce is asking for a link. Can we get a link for this, brother? I'm gonna try to drop it in myself. If somebody else can drop the link as well, that'd be cool. But we definitely finna go off air. So if anybody who's trying to hit us backstage, there's the link. Let me know that the link is good, and then we're gonna shut this thing down because it's been 3 hours. It's definitely been 3 hours.
It
But
should be
I
in the
do think we need to
playlist
pay
from.
attention to when women talking about they getting kidnapped. Okay, usually it's not a lot of merit behind it when they happen to be sisters. I'm not gonna say some white women and stuff ain't being kidnapped. Yeah, stuff like that happens, you know. And shout out to Black Who Strikes. I think he's saying what I was about to say. I think he's going in that same direction. He said the only time black man will take someone and run off with them, it will be his children. Yeah, I would say now some of us have been legally kidnapped because of difference they make with custody of children and things like that. So when you start talking about folks getting kidnapped, yeah, you usually talking about custody issues and
Yep.
somebody's biological father, maybe, or somebody's
Yep.
biological mother. You know,
Yep.
that's really what a
That's where
kidnapping
most of those
comes.
Amber Alerts are. Most of those Amber Alerts, it's a domestic thing between, a custody issue.
Some dad probably taking his kids because he don't never get to see his kids.
Right. Yep. And she calling the police. Yeah, man.
Yeah, because again, we can't call no government agent to make her turn them kids over to us.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep. Dirty
so
world.
everything's about how it's really gonna play out. Because they'll say, yeah, y'all got 50-50 custody, but you will never come over there so I can get my kids though. You know, oh, you a grown man, you better get them yourself. That's what they're gonna hit you with. You a grown man, you better get them yourself. So, y'all, it's been a great show. Don't get too upset when people start talking about they being kidnapped, and learn to pull your camera out and just put her on blast, man. It is what it is. Let her say what she gonna say. Don't do nothing extra to disrupt her. And remember, if there's a camera, it can do just as much damage to you as it can do to her. So respect the camera, y'all. Respect the camera. A lot of people done got themselves in a lot of bad situations because they didn't respect that the camera picks up all this different stuff. Y'all, I have seen people trying to get other people put away for crime, and they pan the camera across the cocaine in the background. You know what I'm saying? I ain't accusing y'all of doing that. I'm just saying respect the camera, y'all.
That's baby
Put the
powder.
cocaine
That's
away
baby.
before you start
That's baby.
pulling the camera out.
That's Epsom salt. That's Epsom salt.
I mean, we know brothers ain't really into cocaine like that, no way. So I'm just cracking the joke. I'm just saying, y'all respect the camera. You can catch a crime, but you could be committing the crime yourself. So that might not be the best footage to use. Just respect the camera. And I'm gonna leave it at that, y'all. Like Black Who said one more thing. He said one of my best friends had to take a deputy sheriff with him every time to enforce his visitation order. Now that's sad, but I'm gonna say at least shout out to that man for at least getting somebody to go over with him. Because that's something most of us can't make happen. All right, y'all have a great weekend. If you're new to the show, subscribe. We do this Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Chicago time. Not where you happen to be, 9 a.m. Chicago time. We'll see you next time around. Long live the habitual line steppers. I'm Roger. I'm right. And I'm out.